All right. Hello, chat. How's it going? Hopefully well. We're back. We're continuing with Ace Combat 5. I wanted to say 4 for some reason. 5. We were getting very, very close to being done with the hard mode run. So probably what today entails is just wrapping that up and then starting up expert mode. Nothing too crazy, at least to my knowledge, that happens with expert mode or anything. I think it's just gonna be maybe slightly better AI and slightly more damage taken. I don't think anything too wild happens past hard mode in this game. Like compared to, you know, machine gun ammo going from infinite to limited and stuff like that. Like nothing else crazy like that happens past hard mode, I don't think. Unless I just haven't been told. But hello, Nomad. Hello, Aniket. Hello. The game is opening. Hold on. I am making sure we're good. I think we're good. Okay. I'm not sure if the AI gets affected by difficulty. Does it not? Now that you mention it, in 4, I didn't notice the AI getting a lot better. In the PS1 games, the AI definitely gets better with each difficulty. But I didn't notice it with 4 all that much. So it might just be damage in the PS2 games. Spring is the best? I don't know, man. I don't know.
Analysis of the surveillance photos taken on the previous mission revealed tactical nuclear weapons of the same type used by Belka in the war 15 years ago. These weapons, hidden in the mine, are about to be retrieved and deployed to the 2 aggressor squadrons in Ossia and Yuktobania. The President has made his decision. Destroy the entrance to the mine before the next nuclear weapon is removed from the shaft, and bury those weapons of evil inside for good. This mission will be carried out with the usual 4-ship formation. You'll need powerful and numerous weapons on target to destroy the rock face above the entrance.
Okay. Something has occurred, chat. Remember like 2 weeks ago when I started drinking through all these cans of tea that I bought? I was like, man, these are terrible. Also, the stream is all messed up and I see it now. God damn it. This is the very last can. It's the watermelon flavor, which I had said was my favorite of the bunch, but it's like more the least bad. This can tastes not that bad to me. It's happened. I've drank these teas long enough that I'm starting to get gaslit into thinking that I like them. Anyway, hold on. Let me try to fix the lag on the stream. Give me a second. Are we good? We are absolutely not. It's the other one. Another second. It still looks like shit. It still looks terrible. What? Give me my task manager. What's going on here? I rebooted both and it still looks awful. What is happening? Look like that. What is going on? The second reboot over there did it. I don't know. I did the exact same thing twice over there. The second time it just worked. Technology. Isn't it great? It's maybe these plugins. Maybe. Solidus Snake looks like Dr. Octavius? What? Which one? Oh, chat. Okay. We have one more fish bed run in us yet. It's gotta happen. We have one fish bed run still in us, apparently.
Please choose a plane for me to pilot.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. Get them flying the lower level shit. I can fly that stuff on the higher difficulties and be totally cool with it.
Which plane should I use?
Let's get... At least, if they're gonna kill some things, throw some XP towards, like, the lower end.
Do you still want to go ahead and launch?
Congrats on 11.
Launch.
I'm assuming it's true. Yeah, 11,002. It's
Planes,
true.
you are cleared for takeoff.
One more fish run. It's my favorite plane. Burkett. Or Bearcoot. Whatever it is. I call it a Burkett. We throw the good old Midwestern on it. That's a Burkett, bud. But that one. SU-47. That's my favorite one. It's growing fast. It's Metal Gear. It's Metal Gear. Metal Gear, it's still so funny to me that, like, when we were doing the NES and the MSX games, like the early 2D games, right? The Metal Gear series was like, woof.
Altitude restrictions
These
canceled.
numbers,
Return to your mission. Good
these
luck.
numbers aren't great. These are kind of rough. But then the instant that we get to Metal Gear Solid, just phew, gone. 100 subs a day goes burr. It really does. It really does.
Since we don't have to worry about any radar, right, Captain?
Yes.
Blaze, Archer, don't get too cocky.
All right, I'm getting cocky.
Around this place all
Fish
by
bed for the
itself.
win.
Just thinking about those nukes that are buried up ahead gives me the goosebumps.
We got to make the last fish bed run one for the history books.
Those nukes are exactly why the Balkans have lowered themselves to sneaking around, pitting two countries against each other. You give a man enough weapons, he'll start to think he's more
It's been a
powerful
while
than
since
he
I
really
played
is.
Ace Combat. This feels
It's beyond
good.
me how these people could delude themselves into thinking they can control the very
Oh, there's my
weapons
favorite
which wipe out
plane.
their own cities.
Right there.
I'm sick of seeing all this hatred everywhere we go. We can't let those nukes reach the battlefield and fuel more hate. I won't let it happen.
How you doing, Blaze? I tell you, nothing beats flying in perfect formation with your comrades. In the past, I flew alone to do battle against my own country.
That's great, Pops.
Look at you. You've got all your friends here.
I do.
Think so? It's
Yes?
a great feeling to know that you can count on each other.
Uh-oh.
They're carrying an emblem I've never seen before.
Why is it called fish bed? I don't know. Ask NATO. It's not what it's actually called. Like, it's the... What's it? MiG-21.
All units are prepared for air-to-air combat.
But it's like, what's it called? Designation?
You two.
I think that's the right term. Is fish bed. Essentially, like, it's more simple
Is that the same guy from
name.
yesterday?
The easier one to remember than MiG-21. It's a fish bed. It's what NATO calls it.
The thought of nuclear weapons just terrifies me.
I don't know why.
Do you think they've already carried out nuclear weapons?
Blaze, it's too soon to give up.
Chat, remind me what plane is the, you know, that one with the wild designation. Like it's not, it's not actually wild, but it's incredibly close to, you know. What plane is it, chat? MiG-23 might be. NATO's got some wild names for a couple. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. How far into the game? I don't know what mission number this is. We're pretty far into this run. This is hard mode. And then we've got expert mode of it. And then we've got ace mode.
Now I'm thinking too much.
The flogger. Forgot about the flogger. That's not the one I was thinking of, but it's also just a strange one. I don't have many missiles in this thing, man. You can't do that to me. The 15 could be the 15. That was actually some good machine gun firing. The Fiddler? Is there actually one called the Fiddler? 15 is, yeah, that's the one. It is the, and there goes. The bot is like, whoa, what are we talking about? Hold on, stop. Don't worry, Streamlabs, I'll chill out. That's definitely the one. Man, you're flying really slow. There we go. Man, there's so many planes out here. What's going on? It's almost like I'm late into the game. But because it's been so long since I played Ace Combat, I feel way, what's it called? Out of whack. I'm not warmed up at all. And I'm getting put into, you know, Burkett versus Fishbed dogfights right off the bat. Ah, shit. I mean, the Fishbed's not the worst plane. It's just not the best either, by any means. No nicknames? Really? Hello, Furble. Oh, wait a second. Does anyone know what mission number this is? Any Ace Combat 5 players knowledgeable enough to just be like, oh yeah, this is 20 some? Anyone? I kind of forgot to double check for the 22. I knew someone would know it. The real question that I should have just asked anyway is there a hangar for the super plane? All of the NATO NATO names for Russian planes start with F. It's probably just for like organization, not organization even. Like just to be incredibly clear in communication. Two of them are literally Frank and Fred. I mean, one piece of World War II trivia that I learned from Metal Gear Solid 2 when I did the review of it was that back in the day, the American forces referred to one of the Japanese fighters as Jack. They named it Jack And that's what the plane was. Sometimes you just gotta keep it simple. Sometimes you just gotta give it a name, I guess. Just realize that Valentine's Day is coming this week. It's like one of those few times a year that I get to sit back and just be like, yep, it's nice to be single. I don't have to worry about a thing this week. Even then, what's it? My previous relationship, my last girlfriend that I had, she didn't even like the idea of Valentine's Day. So we never did anything specifically for it. Because she just didn't want to. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm not gonna complain. Like, I won't argue against not doing anything for Valentine's. Sure. Whoa. Holding triangle like that in first person is never very pleasant. I'm running out of ammo really fast. She'd be salty if I didn't get her a card and a peanut butter heart. Yeah, sometimes it's like that. Dropping random lore. It's like the most unimportant lore detail, but sure. Yeah, my previous ex just actively was like, yeah, we don't need to do anything for Valentine's Day. I was like, okay, sure.
We're over the target area.
Why not?
The grab Ark are already gone.
They must have already taken away some of the nukes.
Maybe we were too late. Let's destroy the mine entrance anyway.
You see that rock bed above the entrance? Shoot at that.
I'm shooting at this AA gun first. Can you give me a second?
Keep on attacking until it crumbles.
This is why I saved all the RCL.
Understand?
On top of the fact that there were just no like grouped up ground targets, which also helps.
I'm counting on you, Blaze. The bedrock
But
needs to be very thick. Focus your attacks and keep at it.
I figured with how few missiles and stuff we have, this is where the RCL comes in.
Be careful.
Here they come. Should we split up and take care of them?
Yeah, go for it.
Swordsman splitting off.
I probably should have had them on attack the whole time, actually.
So the nuclear weapons have been lying here dormant for 15 years.
The experiences were so bad because everyone goes out on that day that we decided Five Guys was a better move. I bet working at Five Guys on Valentine's Day would be hilarious for stuff like that.
The nukes won't blow up if we shoot them, right?
Because how many people are going to Five Guys for Valentine's Day, right? Like, you've gotta keep track or something. It would just be so unusual. At least I would think. There's no one there. I would definitely, like, if I were working there on Valentine's Day, there would be like a tally of how many couples go into Five Guys on Valentine's Day. 100%.
Yeah, that was a direct hit.
I had some things like that at a couple of the jobs that I worked. Isn't today Lunar New Year? Is it? Is today Lunar New Year?
Falcons are protecting this place.
I don't know. It's very close, at least. I know it's in early February. I'm not Chinese. Yeah, neither am I. Shockingly, I know. If you know, you couldn't tell.
Are the nukes still inside?
They gotta be. Seeing as the enemy's still
Never
trying
mind.
to protect it.
I've celebrated it in the past. Like with friends and their family who are Chinese, but I am obviously not.
That thing's solid. Let's turn back and hit it one more time.
I'm working on it, man. I'm halfway through my missile barrages. It's today. Today it is. 10th of February. Big moves on the ad break. Are we doing another ad break?
Take the nukes they
I hope you guys have premium.
Take care of that later. Right now, we have to seal off that nest of nukes.
Ads inserted. It's a beautiful thing.
Sam, confirmed
Ow.
destroyed.
18%? Are you shitting me? I'm just grabbing some extra points at this rate. Whoa. There we go. Oh, that's not even it. There we are. Now we're looking at the right thing.
The captain's almost out of special weapons ammunition.
It's true. Didn't get one, didn't get the ad. You're lucky. I was explaining it yesterday. You're not always guaranteed to get an ad on here because we're not on Twitch. Ayo. I mean, what? But a lot of people, when I do hit the button, are going to get them. Like a solid, I would think like 30% on average probably gets an ad whenever I hit the button.
Roger. Retreat.
Whoa.
Archer, Fox 2. I hit it.
This is my last RCL.
Fox 2. Fox 2. The captain is out of special
Oh,
weapons.
okay,
reserve.
it's in the red.
We're almost there. Hang in there.
Finally shook off that missile.
The ads do not stay on the VOD, no.
Target hit.
Actually, hold on, they might like place a marker on the VOD now that you mention it. I don't know if they do. It's possible.
Fox 2.
I've never heard that that's a thing.
Fox 2.
But now that I think about it, like it is a possibility.
Meteor 7. Missile behind
Man,
you.
there's so much out here.
Fox 2. Fox 2.
If I could just take out a couple, you know, I get some points for my rank. I get more fish bed XP, which is obviously the real appeal here. Gotta get that fish bed XP. Only made ad blockers stronger because they all updated their software. It's definitely a band-aid fix because YouTube's not gonna just like back off and not do anything more for it. Because it's very possible to prevent ad blockers from working. Like look at Twitch. Twitch does
Just a little bit more and
an amazing job. Because you can't block ads on Twitch. I think actually a couple of premium ones have figured it out now. Like a couple of the paid for ad blocks have started to figure out Twitch. But for a super long time, it was just like, yeah, Twitch was immune to ad blocks entirely. Because they had it set up in a way where ad blocks didn't work. And they'll definitely fix it again. If I am right, and a couple of ad blocks have started to work.
Archer, Fox 2.
You block always blocked ads on Twitch. I have you block, and it doesn't block them now.
Missile hit.
I have you blocked, and I can definitely attest to. It might have worked on Twitch at one point. It certainly doesn't now. Whoosh! Come on. God damn it. It'll go down at some point, this cave. We're slowly, steadily making progress. You need a custom script? It can be done, but with a custom? Is that what you're saying? Oh, there we go.
Rock bed destroyed. That cave
Set VPN to Costa Rica.
We finally sealed in those nukes.
That would actually probably work.
But there are more built-in nukes out there.
Or just experiment with a VPN until you find somewhere where they don't play ads. But yeah, the YouTube ad block thing is like... I feel both ways about it, because on one hand, the ad revenue is literally the reason that the YouTube ecosystem is even able to function as it does. So obviously, preventing ad blockers would only make it so much healthier.
But it is certain that
but on the other hand, ads are really fucking annoying when I'm trying to watch YouTube. So I'm of both minds on the YouTube ad block. Am I gonna do arcade mode? Yeah, I'm gonna do arcade mode. Hold on, I need to pull up the give me a second. Oh, okay. So the next hangar for the Falcon is in mission 27.
We've intercepted another mysterious radio transmission. This time it specifies a location within Yuktobania. It's probably... well, this is just a hunch on my part, but I bet that's where the nuclear weapon sent into Yuktobania is located.
Anthony, thank you for the sub.
And there's another
Appreciate it.
This time it's a radio frequency.
Your next mission is a reconnaissance flight above a canyon in the northern highlands of Yuktobania, the place described in the unidentified radio transmission. The highlands are completely covered by the Yuktobania air defense system, so the only safe place to fly is within the canyon itself. Fly down the canyon and reach the target area. Once you're there, set your radio channel to the directed frequency and begin gathering information. You may be engaged by local Yuktobanian forces, and depending on the contents of the transmission, you may also find yourself engaging in other combat as well. You are permitted to fight the enemy as necessary, but you must try to keep your altitude below the rim of the canyon.
Sorry, I was testing if YouTube had a feature active yet. They don't. Is Ace Combat or Armored Core on PS Plus? I have no idea. Does anyone know if any AC or AC games are on PS Plus? I'm starting Life is Strange. I might become more annoying than before. You won't. Because you'll be a rational human being and realize that it's boring as fuck. I mean, what? Must have been the wind. I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything. All right, there's the new fish bed. Upgraded fish bed that we're not gonna use. Because it already has a full XP bar. Onto the F4E. The Phantom 2. We'll see how this goes. It's a little... I mean, by comparison, it's definitely slower. It's about the same mobility. It's more stable. Better defense. Oh my god. Better defense is gonna go such a long way. It is, aside from being slower, just a better plane than the fish bed. Kind of all around. Why is it Falcon? Like Han Solo says it and not Falcon? Falcon. Huh? How many more weeks of Silent Line do we have to look forward to? Silent Line is a work in progress.
Captain, please choose a plane for me to pilot.
The S ranks, we got a bunch of them done.
Which plane should I use?
I'm trying to remember.
I'm not sure about this formation's anti-air capabilities. Should we go ahead and launch anyway?
Absolutely, yeah.
Please launch.
What was I saying? Oh yeah. Silent Line is the Armored Core game that will never end.
Fighter jets. I can tell
The
because they're intercepting enemy
F4.
alert signals as well.
The good old F4.
Who are you? Identify yourself.
A great number of students and intellectuals are staging a resistance against the military government of Yuktobania.
That's a terrible map.
You can call me Alyosha.
I cannot see a
That's
thing.
not my real name, of course. I'm so glad you actually came. It's just
This
like
mission
he
will
said.
be something.
He?
We have no time. Let me explain the situation.
Oh god damn
We've
it.
received contact from an apparent resistance group that seized and captured one of Yuktobania's nuclear weapons. Intelligence believes that it's one of the nukes taken from the mine before we sealed it off on the 12th. Furthermore, our radar has detected numerous enemy fighters entering the canyon and flying towards the local airspace. The force includes Yuktobanian fighters and armed helicopters. Their mission is most likely to destroy the Resistance's hideout. The enemy fighters are spread out throughout the canyon, so we believe that the Yuktobanians still don't have the exact location of the hideout. Destroy the enemy forces before they can find and wipe out the Resistance. As mentioned previously, the local space is blanketed by Yuktobania's air defense system. Watch your altitude, and whatever you do, don't fly above the rim of the canyon.
Thank you.
A physics
Zero
graduate
never
student
paused
from
the action like
Yuktobania
this.
Central
Yeah,
University is
it's a
currently
little
dismantling
annoying
nuclear bombs
when
so
that
they can
happens.
never be detonated again. We need you to hold off
Like,
the
it's kind of
Yuktobanian
cool the
forces
first
from
time
entering the
when you're like,
ravine
oh, I've
until
never
he
seen this
finishes the
before, and
task.
then every other time after that, it's like, can I just fly my plane, please?
It feels like the cliff is closing in on us. Flying here is nearly impossible, don't you think so?
Sure.
And on top of that, the airspace above us is under their control.
Oh, son of a
This is
bitch.
going to be a real test of our flying ability. Let's do our best.
What am I doing? It's working.
Give me a night scope.
Somehow.
We're now dismantling the nuclear bomb. This is a pretty tiny bomb. Maybe it's a tactical nuke. Hard to believe something like this
Okay.
could wipe out an entire city.
Flipping a 180 is a little rough
This is Variag 4. We've sanitized
in the in the Phantom.
Let's start with that cave. Going on
What was I about to say? Oh yeah, Falcon in German is Falke. There's no N at the end of it,
Could it be?
but it's close.
I'm just praying they don't blow up that thing by accident.
You know what? I don't need to 180. We can just.
If all they have are
We'll do
helicopters, then we
loops.
can take them on.
It's a little less annoying that way.
Negative. We're restricted by the terrain here.
I don't see anyone here. Have they already escaped?
Oh. Got your ass.
Hurry up and find them. We have no idea what they're
This is gonna be interesting. This is going to be very interesting.
HQ to Special Forces. Report your status.
Incredibly interesting.
This is Special Forces. There's no one here. I just heard another jet engine. Are you managing to keep the enemy outside at bay?
Yes.
That's great. We better do our best too.
Missile impact on enemy confirmed.
Definitely. I'm doing a great job keeping the enemy at bay right now.
It's powering up the trigger circuit. What? You mean it's gonna?
I don't like this mission? Why not? What do you mean?
Oh, no, never mind. It's fine. We
What do
shut
you
it off.
mean you don't like this mission?
Okay. Phew. This thing won't be set off by an
I
enemy
like this
attack,
mission.
will it?
But
They raid this
doing
room.
it
It's all
in the
over
Phantom
us.
might change my mind a little bit. Oh, also, I was going to put it in the pinned message, but quite literally, it's just, there's a character limit on YouTube live messages, and it's not enough for me to type all of the text that I would need to, but the new video is up early for contributors as of this morning. I am effectively playing catch up from the MGS2 video, and because I have effectively kept my secret for the entire week, aside from like members and patrons, and I didn't leak anything.
These are all the tools I have.
It's Twin Snakes. I mean, what? I mean, it's what now? I didn't. Did you guys hear that? I think my dog barked or something.
Experience handling explosives?
80%.
The best we've ever managed was making
I have been hit
cocktails.
for 80%.
Are you sure you're okay?
Sure, I'll have it all figured out. In theory, anyway.
But yeah, the new video's up for patrons and such. Contributors, for the record. No, I did not play the goddamn skateboarding minigame. It got added in later releases. I played the original.
Stay calm. You can do it.
Goddamn skateboarding minigame is going to be the next Project Wingman. Cole, did you play? They have Pro Skater in Metal Gear Solid 2. Did you know that? I was a little closer to the cliff wall than I thought. It's gonna be the new Project Wingman, I swear to God. Cole, have you heard of this game, Project Wingman?
Don't touch anything. This stuff might be booby-trapped.
Sorry.
They have to be insane to fly here. They'll be shot down for sure.
Ooh.
Blaze, you're going to have missiles flying at you. Reduce your altitude and descend into the canyon.
But hello, Andre. Maybe use bombs on boats? I don't know if I'm gonna need all the missiles. I'm not overly comfy with the amount that I have.
I can tell because I'm intercepting enemy alert signals as well.
We'll play OG MGS3 when the free camera version exists. I've said my piece on
A
this.
great number of students and intellectuals are
I've
staging
said my
resistance
piece on
against
this.
The military government of Yuktobania. You can call me Alyosha.
They might have
That's not my
improved
real
the
name,
game
of course.
years later,
I'm so glad you actually came. It's just like he
but that
said.
doesn't change the fact that they had
Let me
a
explain the
bad camera.
situation.
At least people have said the camera is bad.
We received
That's just what
contact
everyone
from
says.
An apparent resistance group that seized
I don't
and
know
captured
how true
one
it
of
is 'cause I haven't played
Yuktobania's nuclear
MGS3.
weapons. Intelligence believes that it's one of the nuke.
Physics graduate student from Yuktobania
But
Central University
everyone always
is
says the
currently
camera's bad, so I'm just
dismantling
believing
the
it
nuclear
for the
bomb
time
so it can
being.
never be detonated again.
Oh, the bombs are shit!
Hold off the Yuktobanian forces from entering
Okay,
the
machine gun it
until he
is.
finishes the task.
Wow. The bombs are bad.
You're going to have missiles flying at you. Reduce your altitude and descend into the canyon.
It feels like the cliff is closing in on us. Flying here is nearly impossible, don't you think so?
Oh, I'm way above the canyon. Oh, I'm
And
crashing.
on top of that, the airspace above us is under their control. Captain, if you climb too high, you'll be an easy target for missiles.
We're
I
now
live.
dismantling the nuclear bomb. This is
It's
a
just
pretty
better
tiny
in the
bomb.
OG, or in the
It's a
2.0.
tactical nuke. Hard to believe something like this
I
can
want
wipe out an entire
to
city.
do the game like as it was made.
If only
Right?
Albert
I don't
Einstein
want to
just
do
would
it
take
like
on.
with improvements that they added like 2 years later.
Don't let the helicopters approach the canyon.
Cool.
It's pitch black. Give me a night scope.
I should have machine guns. God damn it.
Knows us? Could it be?
This is going to be a real test of our flying ability. Let's do our best.
Stop trying to shoot down the Typhoon. Typhoon needs to go down. It needs to. Otherwise, it just hangs out there and shoots missiles at my ass.
I don't see anyone here.
And there's not much room to bank and pull away from it.
Hurry up and find them. We have no idea what they're up to.
Play Delta? Yeah, I'm gonna be playing Delta whenever it comes out.
Report your status.
Because currently, like, no release window has been revealed or anything. So who even knows?
Are you managing to keep the enemy outside at bay?
It looks like a good amount of progress had been made when they did that gameplay preview a while back. But those can always be deceptive.
I'm just praying they don't blow up that thing by accident. Let's start with that cave. Going on my signal. I feel like we're being lured into a trap.
Where the hell is that one? Other side of the wall. Which version? Snake Eater. The Snake Eater. Oh, here comes a missile!
This thing won't be set off by an enemy attack, will it?
That fucking typhoon, man. I'm telling you, it needs to go.
It's powering up the trigger circuit.
What? You mean it's gonna...
Oh, no, never mind. It's fine. We shut it off.
Oh, okay. Phew.
We have the terrain advantage. Don't rush.
The fact that they're keeping the original voice lines and music means the soul will be preserved. Yeah, that was always a worry. Like, when they first announced it, even before I played the games, I was like, you really can't do a Kojima game without Kojima. So if they're gonna mess with the script, things are gonna fall apart really fast. But the fact that they're just using the old voice lines means that the script will be completely unaltered.
I'm cutting the wires to the spark
And it
plugs.
really,
Stand back.
it seems like, at least for now, it's gonna be more of a remaster than anything else,
These
potentially.
are all the tools I have. They're what we've got.
But
HQ to all Variag squads. Report.
I feel like they've gotta change some things. But maybe they are just genuinely going to do a remaster of
Do
it.
you have any experience handling explosives?
The best we've ever managed was making Molotov cocktails.
Are you sure you're okay?
It
Sure,
says that
I'll
there's a
have it
way
open
in, like, right around here.
Anyway.
I'm not seeing it. Is it a little further up? Uh-oh.
Missed.
The goddamn typhoon. Aha. 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 The new Silent Hill thing, the, like, interactive,
You can do it.
or, the game, it's not much of a game. Game is a little generous, but the new game that they dropped, like, for free,
Hey, what's going on? Answer me.
We're okay. We caught it just in time. Phew.
Look, stop scaring us like that, okay?
Silent Hill 2 remake looks, I don't know about awful, but the graphics are looking not great, right? Like, they're certainly a step up from the original, but,
Helm's been torn off. Watch out for
you
short
know,
circuits.
maybe that's because the original's 23 years old.
Are you sure that's the correct one?
Crazy thought. The graphics don't look great. The combat certainly looks pretty bad, which was... Someone's got to go back and find clips of me way back. Like, I'm talking more than a year ago. When we were first hearing about and talking about the Silent Hill 2 remake, I said, as soon as I heard it was Bloober Team, I was like, I don't know how much faith I'm putting in this project.
How close
Because
are
it's
the enemy
Bloober.
forces?
So what do I know about Bloober? They make walking sims. They've never done, like, a proper combat system outside of the medium.
Captain,
And even then, the medium's combat is kind of like, what is this? And it's just, they have a bad reputation at this point in, like, the horror game scene. People don't really like Bloober Team very much at this point.
That's what I heard. The ghosts of the demons of Roswell.
So I was skeptical, like, from announcement practically. So I felt very validated when that new combat trailer, which that's even something to talk about, came out. And yeah, the combat looks awful.
Enemy aircraft. The guys from the surveillance photo.
Be careful. Remember what Pop said. These guys are Belkin aces.
Watch out, Edge, coming through.
Near fighters. So they're the Uke aggressors? Damn it, of all the places, I feel like they're hunting us like animals.
Near squadron. Flying through this ravine is extremely dangerous.
What's a walking sim? A game where like the core gameplay, or like the gameplay loop rather, is the better way to put it, revolves around just walking. Which sounds exaggerative and stuff, but think of like Outlast, the Blair Witch game, Layers of Fear. I'm trying to think. What it's most of the time they come out of the horror scene because lazy ass horror devs. Oh, my timing is bad. Oh, I got one. Who thought I couldn't do it in the Phantom? Where are the doubters now?
What's keeping them? So there really is someone out there that can give Ognier a hard time, huh?
Come here.
They aren't Ocean military planes. The emblem's different. Well, whoever they aren't your typical pilots, that's for sure.
Keep an eye on your surroundings.
Oh, that was a bad shot.
Take them down.
God damn it.
I'm going after the enemy lead plane.
Ah! Another one.
It's dangerous flying here, even for a helicopter. You're gonna crash into each other flying that fast. Look, the enemy's running down Ognier. There's only one squadron I know.
In a
that can
Phantom,
shoot
say it.
Ognier. I was just thinking the same thing. Raw squeeze. These guys are just plain crazy. The terrain doesn't matter to those guys.
This is the Falcon force that's mixed in with the Ukes.
These guys are seasoned veterans.
These guys are bitches. They're pushovers. Come here.
The enemy's
Now
flying
imagine
so
if I
tight,
had an
it's almost
Su-35 to fly
They
right
lost
now.
so many planes and they still
These
keep
guys are
coming.
nothing.
You're mine.
Nada.
Blaze, watch your altitude. You'll have missiles all over
Oh,
you.
son of a... All right, that one's on me. Maybe. That one's on me. Showing the same janky animation against the same three enemies would be a good trailer? Bro, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, wow, it's true, they've come. Fighter jets. I can tell because
What if Miyazaki made a Silent Hill game? Hear me out.
Who are you?
Hear me out.
Identify yourself.
It wouldn't
A great
work.
number of students and intellectuals are staging a resistance against the
My
military
opinion.
government of Yuktobania. You can call me Alyosha. That's not my real name, of course.
Like,
I'm so glad you
Kojima
actually
would have
came.
worked.
It's just like he said.
The dude has a writing style that's very different from what's been done with Silent Hill in the past, but
We received
his
contact
writing
from an
style would
apparent
have fit
resistance
really
group that
well.
seized and
I
captured
still,
one of Yuktobania's
I
nukes.
don't know what
A physics graduate
Konami
student
was
from
thinking.
Yuktobania Central University is currently dismantling the nuclear bomb
With that.
so that it can never be detonated again.
just in general.
We need you to hold off the
What if Kojima made an Ace Combat game?
I
I don't feel like that would work either.
This is going to be a real
'Cause I
test
feel
of our
like-
flying ability. Let's do our best.
I don't feel like it would work. Unless it was just something that was nothing like previous Ace Combat games in terms of presentation. I don't think it would work. It wouldn't mesh. Good horror game, Bungie. Bungie in the 90s and 2000s, I would agree. Bungie now,
Maybe it's a tactical nuke. Hard to believe something like this could wipe out an entire city.
old Bungie definitely. Old Bungie could have killed a horror game. 100%.
This is
But I don't think they could do it now. Bro, I don't know what happened to Bungie. I still question so regularly what the hell happened to Bungie, man.
I just heard another jet engine. Are you managing to keep the
Because
enemy
you
outside
think,
at
like,
bay?
you look back at Marathon and Halo and
That's
stuff,
great. We better do
right?
our best too.
And then
Someone who knows us?
you look at like Destiny and the new Marathon that they're doing now, and it really is just like what happened, man? Where did we go wrong?
We have no idea what they're up to.
When did this shift happen?
HQ to Special Forces. Report your status.
When did they become this?
This is Special Forces. There's no one here.
Because I didn't even know until chat told me that
I'm just praying they don't blow up that thing by accident.
what's it called? Oh yeah, the Marathon reboot that got announced. Like on their website, it says that it's an extraction shooter or whatever. It was on their website that they said it, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, or in an interview or something. I had only ever seen the trailer, so I was still under the impression that it was gonna just be like a single player reboot. But apparently in like an interview or in a blog post or something, they revealed that it was an extraction shooter. So now, not only is Bungie just doing like
Raid this room.
premium expansions for Destiny 2 on a yearly basis, they're also working on throwing together a new live service extraction shooter game.
Nothing yet. Every place we searched was empty.
Great. Where's the old Bungie? Where's my Bungie? I crashed.
Place crashed.
Who the hell thinks a marathon extraction shooter is a good idea? I don't know. I don't know. It kind of feels like they wanted to use an old recognizable IP. And if they could have used Halo, they would have.
Fighter jets. I can tell because
They were just like, okay, let's do an extraction shooter with like one of our established IPs.
Identify yourself.
A great number of
And that's just what they got. They were like, Marathon is the only one that people know outside of Halo and
You
Destiny.
can call me Alyosha.
What's their
That's not
other
my real
old
name,
one
of
from the
course.
90s?
I'm
Someone
so
help me
glad
out.
you actually came.
Someone in
It's
chat
just
might
like
know
he
it.
said.
Work with me here.
We have
Who
no
might
time.
have it?
Let me explain
What
the
was their other
situation.
game series in the 90s outside of Marathon?
We received contact from an apparent resistance group that seized and captured.
I accidentally said
A
repeat.
physics graduate student from Yuktobania Central University is currently
Thank God it let me close anyway.
so that it can never be detonated again.
I don't know whose idea that was
To
though.
hold off the Yuktobanian forces from entering the ravine until he finishes the task.
This is going to be a real test of our flying ability. Let's do our best.
It feels like the cliff is closing in on us. Flying here is nearly impossible, don't you think so?
Sure.
And on top of that, the airspace above us is under their control.
No, not Pathways into Dark, like an actual different IP.
If all they have are helicopters, then we can take them on.
I'm trying to remember. They had another one in the
We're now
90s.
dismantling the nuclear bomb. This is a pretty tiny bomb.
But like no one knows it nowadays. I can't even remember it.
Wipe out an entire city.
I'm looking it up. Hold on. What am I thinking of? Myth. I was thinking of Myth. That's what I was trying to remember. Myth and Myth 2. They sold pretty well. They sold better than most things from Bungie did back then outside of Marathon. Because pre-Marathon Bungie, we don't talk about that one.
This is Variag 4. We've sanitized the drop point.
Oni? No. Oni is like a weird one-off
That thing by accident.
when you look back on it. No, Myth and Myth 2.
Don't let the helicopters approach the canyon.
They were tactics games.
Someone who knows us? Could it be?
Christomyth, just
heard another
Myth.
jet engine. Are you managing to keep the enemy
Just Myth.
outside at bay? That's great. We better do our best too.
See, no one knows this shit. Exact. Like I couldn't remember it, and that's why no one, even after I pulled it up, knows what the hell we're talking about.
I feel like we're being lured into a trap.
Forgot Bungie made Myth. Yep. It's just. They couldn't have done an extraction shooter with Myth. It was off the table. No one knows it and just wouldn't have worked anyway. Marathon, it was a stretch, but like, hey, it's got some brand recognition. And it is a shooter.
It's powering up the trigger circuit.
What? You mean it's gonna...
Oh, we're going the wrong
No,
way.
never mind. It's fine. We shut it off.
I always try to go this way.
Okay.
It never works out. There we go. I hate that I have repeatedly crashed like into the ground or just flown too high and gotten shot down.
This thing won't be set off by an enemy attack, will it?
Like this mission in the Phantom is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's just I've made like the dumbest mistakes while playing it. Because you know, you use like a good plane and you've got more room for error than when you're using something like this, especially in a trench mission of all things. What type of music genre? The main genre I listen to is metal. That's why my voice is all broken.
Are they trying to take us around the explosion?
Like since I was a kid,
We have a terrain advantage.
I got really into metal, and it's never... I've bounced around with some other stuff. Like for a while, I just kind of listened to whatever, like all sorts of different genres, but over time, I kind of got sick of everything else I was listening to, but I still love metal.
This'll take a while. These are all the tools I have. They're what we've got.
Watch out! My hand's slipping!
I say I listen to everything. That's a lie,
Hey, what's going
because
on?
country music exists. And
we're
I'm not
okay.
a war
We caught it
criminal.
just in time.
Look, stop scaring us like that, okay?
Oh, and also
Do you have
modern
experience
pop music
handling
exists.
explosives?
And I have
Managed was making Molotov
at
cocktails.
least 5 brain cells remaining,
Are you sure you're okay?
which is too many
Sure.
to listen to
I'll
that.
have it all figured out. In theory, anyway.
Definitely has some weird parts though. Yeah, some subgenres get a little out there for me, but
You can do it.
on the whole, because as far as metal goes, it's very diverse for me, like my taste in it.
Enemy radar has a lock on you.
I'm kind of all over the place when it comes to like subgenres and such,
Partner status.
but
Found some garbage inside the
some subgenres,
the resistance. They were here recently.
like black metal,
They have to be insane.
I have some. There's a couple black metal bands that aren't bad, but on the whole,
Don't touch anything. This stuff might be booby trapped.
pun or grind.
We're dealing with amateurs here.
No, not that.
This is up near 2.
Do you know that the rapper Ice-T has a metal band and made songs with Slayer in the past? I think I've heard this before. I think I've heard this. I don't think I've ever listened to it though.
Didn't the guys from Grabot tell you that?
The final nail in the coffin IMO, I want nothing to do with it. They really just said, like, we have this old, like, cult classic 90s shooter, like boomer shooter from back in our history, back when we were first starting
Watch out
out.
for short circuits.
We could turn this into a live service game.
Are you sure that's the correct one?
What's popular right now? Extraction shooters are on the up and up? All right, that's it then.
Guys from the surveillance photo.
We do that. Marathon extraction shooter. We got it.
Belkin aces.
Body count? I'm not big on body count, personally, but they're not bad.
So they're the Yukon
I just
guys.
haven't listened to a lot of them.
Damn it, of all the places, I feel like they're hunting us like animals.
Oh, beautiful. I had a feeling that I was too high again. Once I get to this point in the mission, it's easy for me to forget to like stay low.
Hey, didn't you hear me? Turn back! This isn't like those guys. What's keeping
Ooh,
So there really is
that was good.
give up your
I'm proud of that.
There are Ocean military planes.
How many people even remember Marathon? It's gotten a bit of,
Pilots, that's for sure.
it's one of those games that not a lot of people nowadays have played. I've never played it, but it does, like a lot of people know Marathon from legitimately like YouTube material, like informational content on YouTube and stuff, talking about it.
These guys are just plain crazy.
It's one of those,
Matter to those guys.
it's kind of how a lot of cult classics end up, like way down the line, where even though not a lot of people have played them, a lot of people end up knowing about them just over time. Mandalore, yeah, Mandalore has done a couple. Halo YouTubers progressively have gotten more and more into it. Like, I know Hidden Xperia has done a lot of Marathon content in the past.
Flying here, even for a helicopter. You're gonna crash into each other flying that fast.
So, like, the Halo community especially knows a lot about Marathon nowadays. Oh, that's gotta be one. Oh, they're going too fast. Son of a bitch.
This is the Falcon
A bit of
Force.
Durandal, that's about it.
These guys are seasoned veterans.
Not giving it the Doom Eternal, or at least the bolt gun treatment, it really is a little shocking, if you ask me. Because like they had such successful revivals while just being like honest to God boom shoots, right? Especially bolt gun.
Close to crashing into the valley.
Bolt gun was great. Bolt gun is really good. It's one of the few Warhammer things I've played,
Seen air combat maneuvers like
and it was a blast. And Doom Eternal is one of my favorite shooters ever. It's just great. Like the flow and the mechanics is just fantastic.
Okay.
Just a good ass game.
Dismantled the bomb. Did you fend off the enemy forces for us?
For now.
Yeah.
We're
All
going
it took
into the
was an
ocean to
F4.
discard the bomb piece by piece. Nobody will ever be able to use it as a
Dusk
weapon
is
again.
great. 2016 over Eternal. I like them both for different reasons.
Into the ocean.
I think 2016 has like a better, like more coherent atmosphere and progression.
It's a submarine.
But Eternal,
Get our hands on.
like the actual
We have a lot of
mechanics of the gameplay,
But who told you that we definitely
so
become
good.
for you?
And for me, I've played a lot of Doom. A lot of every Doom. I think I have like 40 hours in Doom 3.
It says
If that is just something to go by when I say like I've played a lot of Doom, and I mean all of them, I really have.
you get it?
Yes, perfectly.
But like I like 2016 and Eternal for different reasons. Doom 3 was good. I think Doom 3 is good. It's still like probably the one I've played the least of all of them, but it's a good game. Even if it is like my least favorite Doom. Actually, my least favorite Doom might be 64. It's about on par. Like 3 and 64. It doesn't matter to me either way. I don't love either of them. I like both of them. I don't love either of them. I play them because they're Doom. So if I'm ever doing like a full rerun where I'm just kind of playing all of them
Mission
again,
accomplished.
I'll
The
play both of them
information we
for a little
obtained,
bit,
as well as the physical damage
which I do
caused,
often.
dealt a significant blow to the enemy. Judging by our analysis of the information,
Hideo, oh,
there
I
appears
saw
to be a
that.
highly
God damn
organized
it.
resistance force
Caps.
acting against the Yuktobanian
The bot has
military
not
regime.
taken too kindly to
It is likely
caps
the
lock
nuclear
recently
weapon which
at all.
Yuktobania acquired was
I don't
safely
know what's
dismantled
happening.
by the resistance.
Don't know if I'd call them boom shoots. More revival of arena shooters. Whoa, 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 whoa. Pause, 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 pause. I am one of the biggest, like, genre purists out there, arena shooters are inherently arena shooters and boomer shooters are two separate things that can have overlap and often
The
do,
intelligence vessel
but they're
Andromeda
different
has picked up another
things.
encrypted transmission in Belgium. They have changed the code, so it took a
Arena
little
shooter,
longer
we're
to
talking about
decipher
like the
the message.
multiplayer side, like
Content
Quake
is as
Arena,
follows.
not
N attacked by
sorry,
ASAT
Quake
on
Deathmatch is what I meant to
at
say.
1400 hours. Apparently,
but you know,
efforts
Quake
to
3
secretly
is
repair
that's
the
why I said
sabotaged
arena.
Ark Bird are now complete.
Quake Deathmatch, Doom
We confirmed
Deathmatch
this by
is an
observing
arena
its orbit
shooter.
from the ground.
But like the single
We
player
believe that a
side
Vulcan nuke
with like
has already
Eternal.
been loaded onto the Ark Bird.
Eternal's multiplayer is
In
kind of
order for the
cute.
Ark Bird
It's
to attack the city
it's nice
of
for what it
Arcturus
is.
from Yvdania at 1400
fine.
hours. It must make one major correction
fine.
to its orbital trajectory.
It's not something I'm gonna play regularly at all. It's not something I've played since like 2020, but it's not bad.
We have
It's
already
fun for what it
calculated
is.
the
It's a little
time and
distraction on the
location in
side.
which this maneuver will occur. Your mission
liked it.
is to destroy the Ark Bird. You will only have one chance to
But it's
stop
no
it.
arena shooter.
Destroy it before it withdraws.
Why haven't they
from the
revived
battlefield.
Unreal Tournament? I find the absence baffling. Nowadays, the absence is kind of... Hold on. Let me pull up the date. Because Unreal Tournament did get a revival. It's just that no one knew. Hold on. I'll pull up. When did this happen? Because that's the crazy thing. It did get a revival. It's just no one knew about that shit. Leave it behind after alpha tests? Yeah, there was no interest. You can still download it. Yeah, so in 2014, they did an alpha where you were able to play the game for a little bit. But then in 2017, they canceled it because there was just zero interest. There was no interest in the revival. So they ended up just not even finishing it after the playtests and stuff. It's super unfortunate because they did put like a good amount of effort into it. I actually played it. I remember messing around with it a little bit. Hold on a second. Wild Weasel. Well, that's my new plane right there. Fell into a money pit with Fortnite and let go. Yeah. And then hilariously, like Fortnite saved Epic Games as a game developer, not as a company. As a company, they were fine, but none of their games had been doing good after like Gears 3.
Captain, which plane?
And Fortnite was a huge money sink for them that seemed like it was going to kill the company. And it failed on release with like the single player stuff and co-op stuff, right? For whoever remembers that. But then they did the Battle Royale. And I mean, here we are like 7 years later, right? Oops.
Still, Blaze, we can't give up now.
Mission's gonna be hell. It'll be fine.
Let's go.
It'll be fine. Wild Weasel
See it now, Nagase.
in the field.
Yeah.
It'll be tough reaching
Oh,
that
I
altitude.
no, I don't think I see it.
Is everything okay?
Oh, I see it. He said reaching that altitude.
It just jettisoned something.
This should be fine, right?
Adler to Shanseng. He got away.
Do you see an astronaut?
Yeah, it's all right. We don't need him anymore. Oh, damn it. He must have done something to the
A
control
plane meant to
system before
destroy
he got away.
radars? Oh. Well, how about super weapons? Are they good at that?
We're gonna dive deep into the atmosphere.
Captain, this is Archer. Doesn't the Ark Bird's approach path seem too deep? Its altitude is too low for an orbit change.
I didn't compare the stats. I should have between the two planes. It doesn't feel any different when I'm just flying around not doing anything.
And now she must try to shoot.
Maybe it's a little more wiggly. I don't know.
Attack position.
Doesn't feel noticeably different. Any plane can destroy a radar if the pilot is willing, and a super weapon. Don't forget Fishbed versus Rimfaxi. The legendary encounter.
We're under attack. What? The Ocean Army's supposed to be wrapped around our finger. Who the hell?
Black bodies, that emblem. It's them.
Going for the F4X. Yeah, we're unlocking everything.
Your squadron told me about them.
Launch the vocals. Get rid of them.
I got it.
Multiple unmanned fighters.
Oh, would disperse maybe be better here?
That launch port wasn't in the original design.
Yeah, probably.
Modified it.
I got it.
Chauncey to Adler. Do whatever it takes to gain altitude.
Counting down to ignition of boosters.
I know all about the Ark Bird. I was in London. I used to stare at the blueprints all the time. That big engine in the middle is a booster designed to give it enough speed to escape
This is
the
fine.
atmosphere. If we destroy
So far,
that,
so good.
it'll never make it into space again.
Copy that.
We're gonna destroy the Ark Bird. Are you sure about this?
When we're at peace again, the president will build another one for us.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, destroyed. Hello. Oh, ow, ow, ow.
Thrust increasing.
The Ark Bird's ascending again!
No, it's not.
I heard Omnia was destroyed.
Oh, okay. Those UAVs are going to be a bitch.
Don't worry. The Ark Bird is invincible.
Those UAVs are definitely going to be a bitch. Okay.
We were so close. I feel like the Belkans are always one step ahead. Don't you, Captain?
Still, Blaze, we can't give up now. We haven't run out of luck just yet.
Which game
Let's
series
go.
after AC or Metal Gear? We don't know yet. Currently,
I can see it now, Nagasaki.
Yakuza is in the lead in the voting.
It'll be tough reaching that altitude. Hey,
Hold on, actually, I saw someone ask about
What do you mean?
Yakuza earlier. Where was
The
that?
Ark Bird.
Was that a long time ago? Oh, hold on.
Listen something.
100% Yakuza streams are going to be hilarious in the future. Those games are actually painful to... Bro, they can't be worse than Armored Core Silent Line.
Yeah.
They can't be.
It's all right. We don't need him anymore.
The game just refuses to end.
Must have done something to the control system before
Every
he got
time I
away.
think we're getting there, we're not even close.
Turn off that switch. Damn, we're slowing down. We're gonna dive deep into the atmosphere.
It can't be worse.
Captain,
And if
this
it
Archer.
is,
Doesn't the Ark Bird's approach
it
path seem
will...
too deep?
There's no way
Its altitude is too
no
low
way.
for an orbit change.
that it will be worse than Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which I have 100%ed on stream. Genuinely.
That white bird was a symbol of hope for Captain Nagase.
And now she must try to shoot it.
What are the biggest, aside from that, I did Red Dead 2 on stream as well, way back. It was actually the first game I did on YouTube was Red Dead 2 100%. When I came over from Twitch, Red Dead was the first thing we did. Septian Allen, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it.
What? The Ocean Army's supposed to be wrapped around our finger.
Have I ever played Mahjong? Yeah, but I don't really understand how to.
It's them. The ghosts of Rosgreaves. The survivors from the Omnia squadron told me about them.
Launch the vocals. Get rid of them.
Multiple unmanned
Disperse!
fighters. They're coming this way.
Keep them off of me.
That launch port wasn't in the original design.
The Belkans modified it.
Those unmanned craft have inhuman maneuverability.
These guys are like the
Maybe because there's no humans in them.
They feel like machines
What?
too, but these are even worse.
Bright Raven, thank you for the...
Chauncey to Adler. Do whatever it takes to gain
I didn't
altitude.
expect it to suddenly flip on me.
Down to ignition of boosters.
I wasn't ready for that. Have in-game. Pause. Do the Yakuza games have no actual adult film, but girls in the video may be actual adult film actresses? All the sexual stuff is implied instead. some sub-stories that are optional may require you to watch some of these videos. There are real naked bodies in those videos. Wait, what? The sentence reads, there are real naked bodies in those video either. So I don't know if they misspoke and they mean to say that there aren't, or there are. That's fine. The latest game has a live VTuber? What?
One step ahead.
What?
You, Captain?
Hold on, is that real?
We can't give up now. We haven't run out of luck just yet. Let's go.
Remember seeing a video of this mission years ago before I knew what Ace Combat was?
Yeah.
This thing might be a pain in this plane.
Hey.
Caisson?
What do you mean? Wait, the Ark Bird.
So this is real. More than one person has said the same.
There's an escape capsule.
Oh, I added a letter.
He got away. Do you see an astronaut?
Virtual YouTuber Wiki.
It's all right. We don't need him anymore.
Caisson. Oh, I'm saying it right. Badass. Is an English-Japanese language VTuber.
Turn off that switch.
Is she in Japan but speaks English? I would have to assume if she's in a Yakuza game.
Captain, this is Archer. Doesn't the Ark Bird's approach path seem too deep? Its altitude is too low.
This is a
for an
family
orbit change.
stream. You can't show that. It's okay. It's educational. I love these streams. I've talked before about how strong the whiplash is if you come from the videos to the streams, like, unknowingly.
And now she must try to
Nothing in the videos would suggest
I'm in attack position.
that the streams get as out of control as they do. As like once a day at least, there's some crazy tangent. Minimum one a day. It's not even like a once in a while thing. It's consistent.
What? The Ocean Army's supposed to be wrapped around our finger. Who the hell?
How do you feel about doing 9 different gambling games with completely random chance to complete a game? That's Yakuza. Well, I did Red Dead 2, and you had to do a shit ton of gambling challenges to 100% that.
Multiple unmanned fighters. They're coming this way.
Some of them literally just being like,
The original design.
get a blackjack multiple times in a row.
those unmanned craft
So,
and human maneuverability.
as crazy as it might sound, genuinely, been there, done that.
These are even worse.
I have had to do gambling challenges that are just pure RNG to beat a game before. But is it fun to watch? We had a blast doing the Red Dead stuff because we made a big, sorry, I wasn't looking.
All the time.
We played a really big,
Engine in the middle is
or we
supposed
made a
to
big
design
show out of it.
enough
Being a selfish watcher, I don't care about anything else. We did genuinely make like a big show out of it back when we did that.
The Falcons are always one step ahead. Don't you, Captain?
Still, Blaze, we can't give up now. We haven't run out of luck just yet.
Can I
Let's
talk
go.
again? How many caps was it? I didn't even see.
I can see it now, Nagasaki.
Okay, that's a solid amount of caps.
It'll be tough
Oh.
reaching that altitude. Hey, is everything okay?
What do you mean?
There's the laser sound glitch. Oh, it's gone. Okay, the cutscene resets it.
Captain,
Thank
this
God.
is Archer. Doesn't the Ark Bird's approach path seem too deep?
There's a mandatory karaoke minigame in like the first 10
Its altitude
minutes.
is too low for an orbit
You
change.
say this like that sounds amazing to me. You say that like it could be a bad thing. But I hear karaoke minigame in the first 10 minutes, and I'm like, oh, that actually sounds hilarious.
Try to shoot it down.
I'm in attack position. Awaiting
I like a
orders.
game that can just be silly and have a little fun. That's like entirely my thing. Have you heard me talk about the voice acting in the old Resident Evil games?
What? The Ocean Army's supposed to be wrapped around our finger. Who the hell?
That's like my favorite writing and voice acting ever.
That emblem
Is like Barry Burton in RE1 is the greatest character ever in fiction.
Launch the Vogels. Get rid of them.
zombie apocalypse spin-off, this only starts to sound better the more that I learn about it, genuinely.
Coming this way.
That launch port wasn't in
The more that you guys talk about it, the better it sounds. Gambling, karaoke, zombie apocalypse spin-offs.
Human maneuverability.
This sounds great.
Guys are like the Omnier.
They flew like machines too, but these are even worse.
Chauncey to Adler. Do whatever it takes to gain altitude.
Counting down to ignition of boosters.
I know all about the Ark Bird. I was in love with it. I used to stare at the blueprints all the time.
Oh, whoa, that laser snapping is crazy.
Designed to give it enough speed to escape the atmosphere. If we destroy that,
No.
it'll never make it into space again.
We're gonna destroy the Ark Bird. Are you sure about this?
When we're at peace again, the president will build another one for us.
She's so sure of it, too.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. Thrust increasing.
The Ark Bird's ascending again!
Let's put the Roscoes in their place. They're like flies trying to take on a dragon. They can overpower.
Ow, son of a bitch.
I heard Omnia was destroyed by those guys.
Don't worry. The Ark Bird is invincible.
If the Roscoes should manage to shoot us down,
It's not going to happen, so there's no need to think about it.
forget about them. Continue your mission as planned. Maybe the ghosts will make
Son of
touch this
a.
aircraft.
I look away for a second and I hear the laser beep. Or not laser, the missile beep.
Can't let this thing escape the battle.
The 12 gauge shotgun that doesn't canonically kill anyone? Well, of course.
We were so close. I feel like the Belkins are always one step ahead.
Never going to believe the lore explanation for the zombies. Oh, sweet Jesus.
Still blazing. We can't give up now. We haven't run out of luck just
Here's the
yet.
question.
Let's go.
Speaking of Red Dead, weirdly, the amount of comparisons being made here.
I can see it now, Nagase.
Yeah.
Is the zombie spin-off better or worse than Undead Nightmare? Just give it to me straight, chat. People who have played both, which one's better?
Wait, the Ark Bird!
Is it like that level of quality?
Captain, this is Archer.
Because I
Doesn't the
loved
Ark Bird's
Undead
approach
Nightmare
path seem too deep?
so much.
Its altitude is
Just
too
an
low for
absolute
orbit
blast
change.
to play through. Beanbag shots or something? Oh, is it actually, is it a beanbag shotgun?
That white bird was a symbol of hope.
Because that's a genuine
Nagase.
thing. Like, that's a real thing that law enforcement has.
I'm in attack position, awaiting orders.
At least in the US. Genuinely. That is a thing.
Adler to Chauncey. We're under attack.
What?
Is legitimately
The ocean
terrible,
army's
but it's
supposed to be wrapped around
incredibly
our finger.
funny to play.
What the
That
hell?
sounds good enough for me. I just said it. Oh, okay. He was just joking, not realizing.
Survivors from the Omnier squadron told me about him.
It's a genuine thing that
Get ready.
that law enforcement will use when they need to, or
Multiple unmanned fighters.
they'll use it when they need to
Coming
make
this
an
way.
arrest and they don't feel like the person's gonna go peacefully. They'll bring like beanbag shotguns or like pepper ball guns to take in a suspect.
Engaging the smaller aircraft deployed for the Ark Bird. Blaze, permission to separate?
No.
This is Edge. Roger. Let's maintain formation.
Chauncey to Adler. Do whatever it
I
takes
actually
to
just
gain
want them to
altitude.
keep the UAVs off of me. That's all I need.
I know all about the Ark Bird. I was in love with it. I used to stare at the blueprints all the time.
There's the laser.
That big engine in the middle is a booster designed to give it enough speed to escape the atmosphere. If we destroy that, it'll never make it into space again.
Copy that.
We're gonna destroy the Ark Bird. Are you sure about this?
Rubber bullets? Rubber bullets are a thing too. I only know that beanbag guns exist because of Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. I haven't seen Paul Blart Mall Cop
Falcons are always one step ahead.
in so long, but now I feel like I need to rewatch them.
Can't give up now.
At least the first one. I doubt the sequels were any good, but I remember the first one being like actually funny. Flew straight into it. Yeah, because it has to be like on you for a little bit, but I guess that's not the case. It seems like the beam itself just has damage frames and inactive frames, like in its entirety. I thought it was just that it had to be like locked onto me for more than a second or so. But no, that one just instantly killed me. It seems like it just has inactive and active frames. Just give them a lifelong disability. Look, I've played the Arkham games, and I've played
I'm in attack position.
the Insomniac Spider-Man games, and let me tell you, chat, those fuckers kill people. I mean, have you seen what they do? The head trauma that they inflict will kill you.
What? The Ocean Army
It will kill you.
wrapped around our finger. Who the hell?
Genuinely. Like, no joke. The way that those bitches just, like, spike dudes into the ground head first,
Get rid of
I'm just like, that guy's dead. If Spider-Man throws you into the ground head first, you are done. It's lights out. Immediately.
Launch port wasn't in the
Like,
original design.
just, that's it. That kills.
I'm engaging the smaller aircraft deployed for the Ark Bird. Blaze, permission to separate?
No.
This is Edge. Roger. Let's maintain formation.
Shots to Adler. Do whatever it takes to gain altitude.
Counting down to ignition boosters.
Where's my cover? Why are missiles getting shot at my ass again?
I used to stare at the blueprints all the time. That big engine in the middle is a booster designed to
Maybe
get us
Warcraft
to escape the
trilogy
atmosphere.
someday.
If we destroy that,
I actually just last night I had a buddy text me and he was like, bro, we need to play StarCraft sometime. And I was like, you know what? You're 100% right. We need to play StarCraft sometime. So just last night, I opened up Battle.net for the first time in ages just to re-download StarCraft 2. It's been so many years since I've played StarCraft. But at some point in like the next week or so, I'm gonna play it with a buddy.
Ark Bird descending again.
I gotta figure out when we're doing that, because that'll be a good time.
Don't worry. The Ark Bird is invincible. It's not going to happen, so there's no need to think about it.
Captain Nagas is cool as ice. It's firefight.
Yeah.
Whoa.
She's got the nerves and the precision of a surgeon.
Rocket boosters destroyed.
Damn it, we're falling again. Adler, you are aware of the backup plan, right?
I know. We're infected by Ocean territory and set off the nuke.
Where's my cover?
Sacrifice will never be forgotten.
We're running out of time. We can't let this thing escape the battle zone.
It changed bearings. It's heading south now.
What are they thinking?
Where are they? Are they heading for Ocean territory?
It penetrates Ocean airspace.
Are those launchers on top of the thing?
Catastrophe.
The
Oh, hold
rear
on.
engine. Destroy the engine on its back. I think they've made the worst decision possible.
It's over this way.
It's hard to fathom.
I genuinely lost track of it there.
Can you believe it, Blaze? They're full of their deep
Jesus.
hatred, I suppose. But it's still hard to swallow.
Our cause will live on, to be taken up by others that follow. Ready all cannons. We're going out in a blaze of glory. We'll take the lost grease down with us.
It's still got some tricks up its sleeve.
Not enough tricks.
Laser cannon at the top.
Your mission was distorted by human treachery. Your days in the air are over.
I'm dead. Oh!
Fighting through all this barrage is going to be tough.
I'm aiming for the combined cycle engine at the top of the craft.
Could you just aim for the UAVs attacking my ass?
Missiles, lasers, fighters. We're getting the full course here.
What do I need to destroy next on this thing?
Ark Bird still descending.
Are we good?
It's still flying. Are we going to make it in time? Roger. It should be hurting pretty badly at this point.
What comes next at this point? More engine?
What a pitiful sight.
Yes, and humans are responsible for it.
They're firing those lasers relentlessly.
It's barely holding itself together. A terrible sight.
Use bombs on a flying superweapon?
Ordinary oversized
Then you'll complete your rite of passage. No, I'm good.
Impossible!
Big central one?
Damn it, how can this be? Hurry! We can't go down
Uh-oh.
yet.
Look at that smoke. It's in its death throes.
Uh-oh.
Sure, I was gonna get skewered by that missile.
We must regroup. We can still do this. We're seeing this through to the end. Switch to auxiliary engines.
There it is.
The Ark Bird's fired up its last engine.
Fighting with its last breath, huh? That thing will not quit.
Oh! What was it? Was it a laser? Or was it? What was that, actually? I think it was a laser. I think it was.
We were so
You only
close.
need to shoot the engines
I feel
on
like
this
the
thing.
Belgians are always one step ahead.
I think this time,
Still, Blaze, we can't give up.
I think I pretty much just want to do the engines and the two lasers, both of
See it
them.
now, Nagase.
And we should be good. The missiles aren't a problem, and the UAVs
Hey, is everything okay?
are much less of a problem with the cover mode
The
on.
Ark Bird.
It was the laser at the top. I figured it was that, but I didn't see the projectile come out,
Captain, this
so
is
I wasn't
Archer.
sure.
Doesn't the Ark Bird's approach path seem too deep? Its altitude is too low for an orbit change.
I think both the laser cannons have to go, and then just the engines.
That white bird
And that
is
should be
too
enough.
hot for Captain Nagase.
That should be all I need,
She must try to shoot it down.
again, from the start. This time we have the plan.
Awaiting orders.
Because this plane doesn't have as much firepower as I would like to have for this fight, so I gotta like ration it out where it needs to go, and that's where it needs to go, I think.
We're under attack.
What?
Northern Wings, you get to fly the Ark Bird. Which one is Northern Wings?
Black bodies, that emblem. It's them. The ghosts of Rosgreaves. The survivors from the Omnier Squadron told me about them.
Launch the Vogels. Get rid of them.
Like these
Unmanned
UAVs,
fighters.
they're kind of a pain in the ass, but with the wingmen on cover mode,
It's modified it?
I only got like 2 missiles shot at me the whole time last time.
I'm engaging the smaller aircraft.
A non-cannon
The Ark Bird.
handheld shmup.
Permission to separate?
Handheld for what?
Chauncey to Adler. Do whatever it takes to gain altitude.
Counting down to ignition boosters.
I know
Son
all
of a
about the Ark
bitch.
Bird. I was in love with it. I used to stare at the blueprints all the time. That big engine in the middle is a booster designed to give it enough speed to escape the atmosphere. If we destroy that, it'll never make it into space again.
Java phones? Oh, mobile game.
We're gonna destroy the Ark Bird. Are you sure about this?
When we're at peace again, the president will build another one for us.
5, 4,
There we go.
2, 1. Ignition. Thrust increasing.
The Ark Bird's ascending again!
I heard Omnia was destroyed.
Does it need
by
2?
those guys.
Don't worry. The Ark Bird is invincible.
If the Rosgreaves should manage to shoot us down,
It's not going to happen, so there's no need to think about it.
There we go.
put the Rosgreaves in their place. They're like flies trying to take on a dragon. We can overpower all of them.
Rocket boosters destroyed!
It's gonna be the laser turret next, right?
Adler, you are aware of the backup plan, right? I know. We're in for new Unsung territory and set off the nuke. Your sacrifice will never be forgotten.
We're running out of time. We can't let this thing escape the battle zone.
It changed bearings. It's heading south now.
No laser yet.
Where are they? Are they heading for Ocean territory?
Oh wait. It might be there now.
Ocean airspace.
Is it not?
Destructs. It'll be a catastrophe.
No, not yet.
The rear engine. Destroy the engine on its back.
Oh, the engines come out first? Oh, there's the laser turret.
It's hard to fathom their desire to spread war this far.
Haha.
Can you believe it, Blaze? The food of their deep-rooted hatred, I suppose. But it's still hard to swallow.
Our cause will live on, to be taken up by others that follow. Ready all cannons. We're going out in a blaze of glory.
Ow.
We'll take the lost grease down with us.
It's still got some tricks up its sleeve.
Ow.
Missiles, lasers, fighters.
It's fine.
We're getting the full course here.
Oh, it's low.
Parts too. Man, fighting through all this
Fuck.
barrage is gonna be tough.
What a bitch to shoot this thing. Metal Gear game for mobile? I don't think I'll be able to. I know about Metal Gear Mobile. I haven't looked too much into it yet, but currently I'm under the assumption that I can't.
Don't you, Captain?
Because it's still,
Stop, Blaze. We can't give up now.
like down the line in release order.
Let's go.
I can see it now, Nagase.
Yeah.
The only official English
Tough
translation
reaching that altitude.
of Shin Megami Tensei 1
Is everything okay?
is on Apple phones.
Wait, the Ark Bird.
Great.
It just.
Hear about the Elden Ring mobile game
Captain, this
thing?
is Archer.
No.
Doesn't the Ark Bird's approach path seem too deep? Its altitude is too low for
With
an
Metal
orbit
Gear
change.
Mobile. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, you're saying you never heard of it. I assumed there was supposed to be a question mark there.
Symbol of hope for Captain Nagase.
And now,
Yeah, hold on.
try to shoot it down.
Because it's going to take a second to fly back up there. I got a minute.
Awaiting orders.
Metal Gear Mobile, release order wise, is after Portable Ops and before 4. It was in 2008. So it's still from where we are, like 5 games away
What?
from where we currently are in the review series.
Around our finger. Who the hell?
There's 5 games that I haven't uploaded, and then would be Metal Gear Mobile, so I haven't looked too much into it yet, but I don't think I'll be able to do it. It seems like it's practically lost media at this point.
Multiple unmanned fighters! They're coming this way!
That launch port wasn't in the original design.
The Falcons modified it?
Straight up esoteric, great.
Aircraft deployed from the Ark Bird.
Where's my cover?
Permission to separate?
No!
Edge.
Get this thing off of me!
Maintain formation.
Please!
Adler, do whatever it takes to gain altitude.
Son of a bitch! I have to get that thing off of me. If they don't do it, I have to do
I used
it.
to stare at the blue.
Maybe you can emulate it. Most old mobile games, emulation is kind of out of the
I feel
question.
like the Falcons are always one step ahead.
It also depends what operating system they're for.
Still, Blaze. We can't give up now.
As far as
We're gonna run
iOS
out
goes,
of
if it's an
Let's
old
go.
mobile game, it's completely out of the question right now. Hold on,
I
what?
can see it now, Nagase.
What
Yeah.
system? What
It'll be tough
OS
reaching
was
that
this
altitude.
on?
Hey, is everything okay?
What do you mean?
Published
Wait,
for
the Ark
mobile
Bird.
phones. It doesn't say. It doesn't say.
jettisoned something.
It was an escape capsule.
Genuinely, the wiki page does not say what operating system it's for.
It got away.
Do you see an astronaut?
Yeah, it's all right. We don't need him anymore. Oh, damn it. He must have done something to the control system before he got away. Turn off that switch. Damn, we're slowing
I don't
down.
know.
We're gonna dive deep into the atmosphere.
I don't know. Japan exclusive? No, it had like JP, NA, and EU releases all on there. for release dates. I just closed it. Hold on, where I can reopen it. Recently closed, coming in clutch. Or sorry, it had 2 North American releases. There was no European release, but there was a North American release.
And now she must try to shoot it down.
I'm in attack position, awaiting orders.
There were 2 North American releases, weirdly, in the same year. But that wiki page is practically empty. In save state? Save states weren't in the OG.
What? The Ocean Army's supposed to be wrapped around our finger. Who the hell?
Black bodies, that emblem. It's them.
Was set between 1 and 2.
Survivors from the obvious.
I've seen like a 5-second clip of it ever, and that seems about right. It looked like it was just, or sorry, it had Snake in the clip, right, as the playable character, and it looked like his MGS2 outfit pretty much. So that sounds about right.
I'm engaging the smaller aircraft deployed from the Ark Bird. Blaze.
There's the laser. Hey, see how long it takes for the actual damage frames to kick in? Oh, sorry, I did not want you guys to disperse. Can you not?
Down to additional boosters.
Actually. Son of a bitch.
I know all about the Ark Bird. I was in love with it. I used to stare at the blueprints all the
It
time.
has so many
That big
inactive frames on that laser. Thankfully, for my sake right now.
If we destroy that, it'll never make it into space again.
Copy that.
We're gonna destroy the Ark Bird. Are you sure about this?
We're at peace again. The president will build another one for us.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There's still a UAV on my ass. Okay, now it's not.
Thrust increasing.
The Ark Bird's ascending again.
I heard Omnia was destroyed by those guys.
Don't worry. The Ark Bird is invincible.
If the Roscrease managed to shoot us down.
It's not going to happen, so there's no need to think about it.
Haha! Not gonna happen, my ass.
Destroyed.
Damn it, we're falling again.
Do the UAV launchers even, like, ever repopulate? Because I haven't seen them do it so far
Territory set off.
in any of the attempts.
Sacrifice will never be forgotten.
Knock them down so hard they won't even think of coming back to life again.
We're running out of time. We can't let this thing escape the battle zone.
It changed bearings. It's heading south now.
What are they thinking?
Where are they? Are they heading for Ocean territory?
Take them all down. Okay. That's why. The wingmen are taking, like, almost all of them out, but not ever all of them. Thank God for this strat. For the Nokia N-Gage 2.0. Jesus Christ, it's Nokia? I have no idea. Nokia might be emulatable?
Cause will live on to be taken up.
I've never looked into Nokia emulation before. I have no idea.
Going out in a blaze of glory.
I have no clue what the state of Nokia emulation is.
It's still got some tricks up its sleeve.
Maybe. It's still like 5 games away. If I do it, it's a while out anyway. I'm not too worried about it right now.
Its defenses are still tight. I can't get near it. It's not slowing down at all.
Ooh.
Captain, missile inbound.
Combined cycle engine destroyed.
Carrying out the backup plan may be impossible under these conditions. Altitude dropping. Controls malfunctioning.
Ark Bird still descending.
It's still flying. Are we going to make it in time?
Of course. Ow.
It
Ow.
should be hurting pretty badly at this point.
I hope it is. There we go. It's done. It's gone.
Humans are responsible for it. Barely holding itself
Seems like it
together.
would be a niche community. Absolutely.
Now it's just
I I doubt it's something that has a lot of interest. I'm sure Internet Archive could come in clutch in terms of just actually getting your hands on the abandonware that is Metal Gear Mobile.
Look at that smoke. It's in its death throes.
Internet Archive always comes in clutch when it's abandonware.
How can this be? Hurry! We can't go down yet! We're seeing this through to the end. Switch to auxiliary engines.
The Ark Bird's fired up its last engine.
Fighting with its last breath, huh? That thing will not quit.
I saw an explosion.
One missile will probably kill me. I'm just working under that assumption. Uh-oh. Yep. It was a good assumption. God damn it, I was close. I took way too much damage to the laser. It's so doable. Like, it's that close.
We were so close.
It's that
I feel
close.
like the Falcons are always one step ahead. Don't you, Captain?
Still, Blaze. We can't
I remember a
give
guy
up now.
translating Chinese mobile games in English. It does have a community. It's a really small community, especially at least compared, I mean, to like home console emulation.
I can see it now, Nagase.
Yeah.
It'll be tough reaching.
Because I mean, if I wasn't doing like
Hey,
YouTube videos
everything okay?
for stuff like that, I wouldn't be looking into
Ark Bird.
mobile game emulation.
It just
Like surely
Captain,
some
this is
people
Archer.
would, but
Doesn't the Ark Bird's approach path seem too deep?
I'm a big
Its altitude
like
is too
game
low for an orbit
preservation
change.
guy and big nerd, and I wouldn't even be messing with it otherwise. I did look into iOS emulation for like not the current OSs, but like
Try to shoot it
way back in the 2000s, like the early
Position.
few revisions of it, to see if I could do the Ace Combat mobile games, and it's just a no-go. It's not viable right now. But at least it seems like there's only one Ace Combat game that was like an actual game
What? The
on
Ocean Army's supposed to be wrapped around our
iOS.
finger. Who the hell?
The other one just seemed like a weird AR, like fly a plane around in your room thing.
ghosts of Rosgreaves. The survivors from the Ark Squadron told me about them.
Launch the Bogles. Get rid of them.
But who even knows? Because like the documentation on most of the Ace Combat spin-offs
Launch port wasn't in the
is
original
so
design.
poor,
The Falcons modified it?
like incredibly poor.
I'm engaging the
Is
smaller
abandonware
aircraft
legal?
before the Ark
Not
Bird.
necessarily.
Mission separate. Dispersing.
Shots ain't Adler.
But
Do whatever it takes to
it's
get
in a
out of
weird spot where like it's not outright legal.
I know all about the Ark Bird. I was in love with it.
But
I used to stare at the blueprints
if
all
the
the
game
time.
isn't commercially available at all,
It was a booster designed to
very few
to escape the atmosphere.
will
Destroy
actually,
that, it'll never make it into space again.
what's it called?
Copy that.
Go after you for it. So you can't necessarily like outright recommend pursuing abandonware,
The president will build another one for us.
but it's so incredibly rare that companies even care enough to pursue any action for it. Because like abandonware is abandonware most of the time because a company just completely forgets about it.
Increasing.
The Ark Bird's ascending again.
They figure it's not even worth the effort and they just leave it alone.
Don't worry. The Ark Bird is invincible.
Or in a lot of cases with a lot of abandonware nowadays, like from the 2000s and stuff, the companies might not even exist
Not going to
anymore.
happen, so there's no need to think about it.
Like whatever company held the rights to the game might have just gone bankrupt and had to shut down, and so now no one has the commercial rights to it. Like that's a lot of abandonware that's out there nowadays.
Rocket boosters destroyed.
Damn it, we're falling again.
Fly by and one-shot you at point blank.
You're aware of the backup plan, right?
That's why I've got my guys on cover. I'm just trying to avoid the UAVs as much as possible. Like I can deal with the Ark Bird.
Never
it's doable. It's just a skill issue so far. Like being the reason that I haven't. But with how few missiles I have in this plane, I've just got them on cover to keep the UAVs off me. So that I can just focus on the Ark Bird. And not worried about it.
Associated airspace and self-destructs. It'll be a catastrophe.
The rear engine! Destroy the engine on its back! I think they made the worst decision possible. It's hard to fathom this.
My wingmen did a great job.
Can you believe it, Blaze?
Pirated Max Payne 2 is legal to own? They couldn't remove their own DRM? So they published the pirated version? What? I wasn't playing Tekken this morning. I wasn't looking at Enshrouded this morning. What was I looking up? Max Payne?
Then I will tell them.
They still sell it. That's interesting. It's actually on sale right now. If anyone is looking to pick up Max Payne 2 for the low price of $350, I had this game on Xbox. Only reason that it's on my wish list for Steam. Someday it'll go like dirt cheap and I'll just want the PC version and I'll pick it up. It is pretty dirt cheap right now, but there's also an RE4 mobile game.
They were so close.
The recent one?
I feel like the Belkins are always one step ahead.
Oh, they sell the pirated version? Oh, that's that's interesting.
Now, we haven't run out of luck just yet. Let's go.
So they had some old DRM that like went out of date and they couldn't get it out, so they just took like a cracked copy and started selling that.
It'll be tough reaching that altitude. Hey.
That's hilarious, actually.
What do you mean? Wait, the Ark Bird. It just
To have them attack the Ark Bird while you dodge.
Captain, this is Archer.
Let's see.
Doesn't the Ark Bird's approach path seem too deep? Its altitude is too low for an orbit change. You can depend on me.
Get it. Go. Go for it.
That white
Please.
bird was a symbol of hope for Captain Nagase.
And now, she must try to shoot it down.
I'm in attack position.
Almost every hardcore Nintendo fan I've met is anti-game preservation and thinks all emulation for any reason is theft. That's not even a Nintendo fan thing. Most gamers think that emulation is illegal. Like, it's one of my pet peeves is the amount of people who, as soon as they find out that you're emulating, they assume that you are committing a crime.
Black bodies, that emblem. It's them. The ghosts of Rosgreaves. The survivors from the Omnier Squadron told me about them.
Your orders don't do anything in this game? They absolutely do. They change a lot. Like, look, they weren't doing that before, but now, as soon as the target's there, they start shooting missiles.
That launch point wasn't in the original
I honestly
design.
don't know why people say that the wingman AI is so bad in this game. Because so far, in my experience, they seem fine. Like, they seem to be the same, if not... Yeah, I would say just the same as, like, any other wingman that I've seen.
Whatever it takes to gain altitude.
Counting down to ignition boosters.
Okay.
I know all about the Ark Bird.
If I set them to attack, I need to actually take down the UAVs, and I don't even know if I have the missiles for that.
We were so close. I feel like the Belkins are always one step ahead. Don't you, Captain?
The only definite illegal thing is uploading your BIOS or ROMs. Downloading ROMs is a gray area. I think downloading ROMs is illegal, to my
I can see
knowledge.
it now, Nagase.
Yeah.
Which is why I dump copies, which also is,
Is everything okay?
well, it's not illegal. It's in a gray area. It's definitively illegal if I dump a copy and then I upload it or send it to someone or anything like that. I think downloading is illegal because what I know definitively is that I cannot legally share like links to download BIOS or ROMs. Otherwise, I am like just giving them an open and shut lawsuit against me.
That white bird was a symbol of hope for Captain Nagase.
Downloading illegal ROMs is illegal. I think that it's illegal to download, if I'm not mistaken. I know for sure that, like if I share because I have a couple old guides on my channel that are like how to play the Ocarina of Time PC port, which requires you to go and source a copy of Ocarina of Time, right? You need to have like a base copy, and that's the only reason that that PC port is able to exist, is that you need to run the setup process with an actual copy. And I say in the video that if you don't have a copy, I can't help you, because that would be illegal. And the amount of comments on that video, they're like, bro, it's fine if you link me the download for a ROM, just send it to me. No, I can't, like, that's illegal.
Engaging the smaller aircraft deployed from the Ark Bird. Blaze, permission to separate?
That's just giving Nintendo a lawsuit.
Roger, dispersing.
I don't think you understand how this works.
Do whatever it takes to gain altitude.
Counting down to ignition of boosters.
I know all about the Ark Bird. I was in love with it. I used to stare at the blueprints all the time.
I think the strat for the Ark Bird for like the entire thing is what I am dubbing the dolphin maneuver.
Destroy that. It'll never make it into space again.
Copy that.
We're gonna destroy the Ark Bird. Are you sure about this?
When we're in peace again, the president will build another one for us.
I think downloading is illegal. I think it is. I'm not 100% certain, but I think it is. Because I think that downloading a ROM is just piracy. I mean, I would consider it piracy. I don't know if, like, in the courts it's defined as such, but I would assume that it is.
Thrust increasing.
The Ark Bird descending again.
I heard Orville was destroyed by those guys.
Don't worry. The Ark
That's why, here. Because you know what actually recently came in the mail, just to show what I'm talking about? This thing. My copy of Ace Combat 6. Just came in the mail.
invincible.
I'm not risking a lawsuit for my videos. I source copies.
Not going to happen, so there's no need to think
I
about
ordered an AC6 off of eBay because I did not have any friends who had a copy. If I've got a friend who's got a copy, I'll bum it off of them. But
Adler, you are aware of the backup.
Ace Combat 6, I did not know anyone who happened to own this game. So eBay it was.
Your sacrifice will never be forgotten.
Don't give them a chance to attack.
Archer, Fox 2! Missile hit!
We're running out of
Vims is a thing. Vims is illegal.
Thing escaped the battle zone.
Vims is not legal.
Change bearings. It's heading south now.
What are they thinking?
Where are they? Are they heading for Ocean territory?
If it penetrates Ocean airspace and self-destructs, it'll be a catastrophe.
At least to my knowledge. Could be wrong, but I'm like 90% certain it's illegal.
I think they made the worst decision possible.
Man, these UAVs are
Hard to fathom
a
their
bitch.
desire to spread war this far. Can you believe it, Blaze? The fruit of their deep-rooted hatred, I suppose.
Yes, I can believe it.
Still hard to swallow.
Our cause will live on, to be taken up by others that follow. Ready all
Why we got so many
Going out in a blaze of
Metal Gear Solid? What?
We'll take the Ross grease down with us.
What do you mean?
It's still got some tricks up its sleeve.
Ooh, laser
It's
turret
not
in
slowing
play.
down at all.
Fox 2.
Let's go for the laser turret now. Dolphin maneuver.
Altitude decreasing. We can attack it from above now.
Uh-oh. Ow, ow, fuck. Since they refuse to preserve their own games, it's always morally fine to emulate anything, as long as you don't pirate it.
We were so close. I feel like the Belkins are always one step ahead. Don't you, Captain?
Oh, so you can get the AC game in time? Actually, genuinely,
We haven't run out of luck just yet. Let's go.
it's not even the game. I actually
I can see it now.
had the game last week. You know what happened? I went to set up my Xbox because emulation just wasn't working.
What do you mean?
And when I moved, I lost my only Xbox One controller. I have no clue where it is. I had to order a new Xbox controller.
Captain, this is Archer. Doesn't the Ark Bird's approach
That's the
path seem
delay
too
on
deep?
Ace Combat 6.
Its altitude
That's
is
why
too
this week's
low
video is
for an orbit
26.
change.
Oh, the what? Anyone hear anything?
Ark Bird was a symbol of hope for Captain Nagase.
And now she must try to shoot it down.
I think I just had like a really weird cough there. I don't know what that
Awaiting
was.
orders.
But no, the AC game got here in time. But then I went to set up the Xbox and realized I have no clue where the controller is. Couldn't find it here at the house, and I went to my storage unit that has a lot of my stuff from Florida. It wasn't there either. Dual iguanas? I don't know what you're hearing.
Ghosts of Rosgreens. The survivors from the Omnier Squadron told me about them.
Launch the Vogels. Get rid of them.
Modding or emulating at all to beat theft. It's because Nintendo says that, and they're just like, oh, that must be true.
The launch port wasn't in the original design.
The Falcons modified it?
I have not played Wet, but I know about it.
Aircraft deployed from the Ark
Seems
Bird.
like a really odd game.
Permission to separate? Roger. Dispersing.
Chauncey to Adler. Do whatever it takes to gain altitude.
Counting down
PS3, what?
boosters.
What about PS3?
I know all about the Ark
Oh,
Bird.
Wet was also on PS3.
I used to stare at the blueprints all the time.
Oh my god, the lasers stayed out for a while there.
Booster designed to give it enough speed to
Longer
escape
than
the
usual, I
atmosphere.
think.
If we destroy that, it'll never make it into space again.
Copy that.
We're gonna destroy the Ark Bird. Are you sure about this?
When we're at peace again, the president will build another one for us.
5, 4,
All right. I love Nintendo's games, but man, are they a shitty company. They are probably the worst game publisher in the industry right now in terms of like just how the company like operates,
Descending again.
like how they treat consumers, etc. Business practice, all that.
Don't worry. The
They're
Ark
probably the worst publisher right now, in my opinion.
Rosgreens managed to shoot us down.
It's not going to happen.
Because I don't know who else it would be. I used to say like Ubisoft is the sleeper pick for worst.
Boosters destroyed.
But Ubisoft isn't like, you know, attempting to copyright strike YouTubers who are modding their games.
Right?
I know. We'll head for nearby Ocean territory and set off the nuke.
That's like next level batshit crazy.
Fox 2! Fox 2! Captain Nagase is cool as ice in this firefight.
Yeah, she's got the nerves and the precision of a surgeon. We're running out of time. We can't let this thing escape the battle zone.
It changed bearings. It's heading south now.
What are they thinking?
Where are
Bethesda? No, they got nothing on Nintendo.
If it penetrates Ocean
What would
airspace,
the argument even be for Bethesda?
Catastrophe.
The rear engine. Destroy the engine on its back.
Because I mean, their games aren't the best, but like,
Worst decision possible.
they don't actively attack
It's hard to fathom.
YouTubers and streamers who play their games like that. That's insane.
Their deep-rooted hatred, I suppose.
They don't shut down community-run events for their games just because Nintendo wasn't involved in the planning, or because they weren't involved, rather. But we all know what I'm talking about.
It's still got some tricks up its sleeve. Your mission was distorted by human treachery.
They don't actively make it impossible to play legacy titles from them,
Combined cycle engine
and
destroyed.
actively make it so that your only option is to buy the new stuff or sign up for a yearly subscription service
The backup plan may be impossible.
to access them.
Altitude dropping.
Nintendo way worse.
Ark Bird still descending.
God damn it.
It's still flying. Are we going to make it in time?
Grim, I don't have time
Should be hurting pretty badly at this
to
point.
answer your questions right now. Whoop. Needs mods to keep their games running. It's free support. It
I feel like
is.
the Falcons are always one step ahead. Don't you, Captain?
Did you know it's illegal to go against your shareholders or something?
Just yet. Let's go.
I don't think it's actively illegal to go against your shareholders. The reason that companies don't go against their shareholders is because the shareholders are where the money comes from.
Okay.
What do you mean?
So if you piss off your shareholders, you tank your business.
It just jettisoned something.
Even worse than EA. I would say much worse than EA and Activision. Like, for as much shit as they get in the Western industry, and as much shit as they deserve, right? Much worse. When you start just talking about, like, the shitty things that Nintendo does, terrible. And at least Bobby's not at Activision anymore, thank God.
I'm in attack position, awaiting orders.
Isn't it actually enshrined in law in the US? Hold on, is it? I've never heard this if it's true. Hold on. This is a... What the fuck? This is like the most... I'm finding a different explanation. That one is the most poorly formatted shit I've ever seen. Okay. It's not... However, shareholders are able to file a shareholder or stockholder derivative suit. It's a lawsuit brought by a group of shareholders to the corporation against their directors or officers or whoever. Blah, 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 blah. A shareholder can only sue when the corporation has a valid cause of action but has refused to use it, and the damage awards of this... Oh, they can sue the corporation for damages if the corporation is being, like, knowingly negligent and doing things to harm their business. This is just suing for damages. That's all this is. Yeah, that's genuinely all this is. So it's not necessarily illegal to go against your shareholders, but if the company is, like, knowingly hurting the business and there's a clear alternative and that shareholders have presented, they can sue for damages if they end up losing money as a result. Just look at Baldur's Gate 3 and Elden Ring. To be clear, Elden Ring is a Bamco game. Bamco has a ton of shareholders. It's the Japanese industry. It's very different from the Western games industry. Baldur's Gate 3, though, just actively... Yeah, they crowdfunded instead of finding investors. Like actual shareholders and stuff. Baldur's Gate 3 is a good example. But Baldur's Gate 3 also took, what, like 8 years of development? That's also because of the scope of the game, but it is a lot harder to work with a smaller budget in that case, which is why most studios just won't do it. Spending 8 years on one game is not exactly a great business strategy in the AAA space. Whoa.
I used to stare at the blueprints all the time. That big engine in the middle is a booster designed to give it enough speed to escape.
It goes against the wishes of the people. I mean, the unfortunate reality is that it's just a business, right? Like, it's just, that's how they fund their projects. And it really is just a matter of, like, if you're against it, then the only thing to be done about it is to just not buy their product, like speak with your wallet sort of thing. But then there's the whole thing of, like, sometimes telling people to speak with their wallet and just not buy stuff is stupid, in my opinion, in a lot of cases, right? It is just kind of like, it's a dumb thing to say, but it is the reality that it's like, it sucks that that's how it works, but, like, how else would it work? It's just a business functioning as a business, right? Oh god. Not to defend the AAA space, because people that know the Chole lore, I worked in the AAA space. I stopped working in the AAA space because fuck that. It's miserable. Absolutely miserable. I spent a little bit of time there. I saw the game that was being played and I left. I took my piece off the board. I was out.
Where are they? Are they heading for Ocean territory?
If it penetrates Ocean airspace and self-destructs, it'll be a catastrophe.
The rear engine! Destroy the engine on its back! I think they've made the worst decision possible.
All I hear is a woman saying she fell in love with the plane. It is a weird line of dialogue. It's just written weirdly. Like, I don't think that's what she's trying to say. Call me crazy. I think that it's just written really weirdly.
To be taken up by others that follow. Ready all cannons. We're going out in a blaze of glory. We'll take the lost grease down with us.
It's still got some tricks
Oh, that
up
was
its
the last
sleeve.
one.
Your mission was distorted by human treachery. Your days in the air are over.
God
It's
damn
not
it.
slowing down at all.
I'm aiming for the combined cycle engine at the top of the craft.
Altitude decreasing. We can attack it from above now. It's firing from the small laser cannon at the top.
Give me the laser. Give me the laser. Give me the laser.
The lost grease and their legend ends here. Now.
Box 2, box 2. Its defenses are still tight. I can't get near it.
Man, fighting for all this barrage is gonna be tough. And firing those lasers relentless. Swordsman, box 2!
I'm working on the laser problem, alright?
Box 2!
We're close.
Chosen ones. We have the power to overcome the lost grease. Make them regret they ever challenged us.
Light laser barrel destroyed.
Thank God.
Slowly chipping away at its defenses.
Our mission will soon be accomplished.
May your great sacrifice be praised forever.
Combined cycle engine destroyed.
It's still flying. Are we going to make it in time? Roger. It should be hurting pretty badly at this point.
We seem to be set up well. What can go wrong this time, right at the end?
Carrying out the backup
Place your
plan
bets now.
possible under these conditions. Altitude dropping. Controls malfunctioning.
Ark Bird still descending.
Famous last words. Yeah, it really is just like, what's going to suddenly happen right at the end? Game crash? If the emulator crashed on this, I would lose it. Because it's rare that we get to this point.
Switch to auxiliary engines.
Crashes into Ark Bird. Knowing me,
Bird's fired up its last engine.
it's not the worst bet, actually.
That thing will not quit.
Must regroup. We can still do this.
Blaze, keep a close eye on your missile reserves.
That's it, right? We're good?
It's barely holding itself together.
Oh my God.
Terrible sight.
Lost grease.
Damn you, Ark Bird. Symbol of peace my ass. Lens flare bug. Doing that in the F4 is not great. It's not great. Gotta say, chat was right on that one. The F4 versus the Ark Bird was rough. I just saw the Suicide Squad thing. Took 9 years to develop. Its biggest claim to glory is that made Arkham Knight sell more copies. I think that the biggest claim to glory for Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, is
We succeeded in halting the Ark Bird's nuclear
not that it
attack
made
on the city
Arkham
of
Knight sell more
October in
copies,
Yuktabani.
but
The Ark Bird
that it is
crashed in the
now
middle
like
of the
a
Sarasota
textbook
after
example
attempting
of
to
what
detonate the nuke
happens
above Osea.
if a
Miraculously,
company
there
that
were no
became
ships near the
beloved
area
for
of
high
attack
quality
site.
single player
According to our
experiences
investigation team, there is
suddenly
currently no
goes
evidence
live
of radiation
service.
fallout in the area.
I think that's its biggest claim to fame, is that it's going to be an absolute horror story for publishers going forward. about what can happen if you suddenly try to pivot into live service for no discernible reason. I think that will be its claim to fame.
Broadcast his voice
and yes, we're still on hard difficulty.
In an effort to reveal
Hello,
the truth to his citizens and soldiers. However, the central government,
use a better plane?
now
No.
run by the vice president and his generals, censored all of it, calling it enemy propaganda. And Yuktubania, their enemy, wasn't about to stop fighting either.
Woke writers? What's woke about it?
The president needed to enter the capital himself with his Marine force.
This is the first I've heard of it described as such.
In his life. As he boarded the helicopter, the president smiled and said, "Here goes."
Makes me hope there will be less live service games. They're gonna stick around, but
this time there were no.
Thankfully, they are already becoming less prevalent. Like they're still around in a good number, right? But they're slowing down. A lot of publishers are kind of being like, ooh.
Hey, it's me. Get the wax out of your ears and listen up. We found Nicanor, the leader of Yuktubania, and we broke him out of prison. This war wasn't his doing at all.
Baldur's Gate 3 bans mods that remove the sexual stuff? What? I haven't heard of this.
Captain Bartlett has
Is this
rescued
Nexus
Prime
mods?
Minister Nicanor of Yuktubania. He plans to attack an airfield in northeast Yuktubania, steal an airplane, and then escape with the Prime Minister. First, go to the directed area and wait for contact from Captain Bartlett. He'll likely have you support him as he forces his way into the airfield. More mission details will be supplied to you upon arriving at the local airspace. Threat status in the area of operation is unclear, so prepare your flight for the possibility of threats from both the ground and the air.
Oh, it removes gay stuff from the game. That makes perfect sense. If that's the case. We'll point at the woke writing. I've watched a lot of reviews and breakdowns of it, and I have never heard it. That's why I asked, because I've been keeping up with the discussion around the game. And I've talked about it before, but at this point, I feel like the word woke has lost its meaning entirely. For context, whenever I start getting into anything remotely political, I'm so centrist. I think people who stick strongly to the left can often make themselves sound incredibly stupid and hypocritical. And I think the exact same thing of people who stick strictly to the right. I think identity politics is beyond stupid. But certainly, the right over the last couple years has just turned that word into a garble. It doesn't mean anything anymore. Oop, my lid is shut.
Keep us covered. I'm counting on you. I think there's gonna be an ambush waiting for us.
Removing most races that
According to
aren't
Captain
in
Bartlett's
1 and 2.
information, the Resistance has already infiltrated
Nexus
the airfield
Mod,
and is currently
or Nexus
awaiting
Mods
his
is kind of
arrival. The road to the airfield is covered with
a weird
checkpoints
site
and
when it comes to
defensive
banning
positions.
stuff.
We anticipate stiff resistance.
Because in a lot of
Provide
cases,
close
hold
air
on.
support for Captain Bartlett's charge.
Let me
Give
listen.
Him aerial reconnaissance as necessary.
You finally finish it?
and
Yeah, this
guide
was the
him to
last can,
airfield.
and it's dead.
The Resistance
Thank God.
has already agreed on a time to begin operations with Captain Bartlett, so the timing of the mission cannot be changed. If you do not arrive in time, the Resistance will be suppressed by the airfield defense forces and the mission will end in failure. After arriving, the Resistance will load Prime Minister Nicanor onto a captured transport plane and Captain Bartlett will attempt to escape. You must help Captain Bartlett arrive at the airfield on time, no matter what.
Okay. But when it comes to Nexus mods and how they moderate,
The jailbreak tour starts here.
sometimes it's totally
Counting on your
legit.
escort from the air.
I'll be witnessing
Right?
your bravery from down here, everyone.
Like anything that's like actively homophobic and stuff, when they ban that, it's like, yeah, that's fair. But the lore, or yeah, the mod to like make things closer to the lore of the first two games, that just seems weird.
Archer, engaging.
Like I don't even know what the reasoning would be.
There's a fork up ahead. We have two choices. Take the
Whoa.
shorter way and face heavy attacks, or take the safer route, which takes more time.
Hey kid, which route looks better to you? Should I take the shorter one?
Rewriting the Amazon's entire culture.
Okay, I'll bust through the shortcut.
The killing the hero, like the amount of disrespect to the heroes is certainly, like, I don't know what they were thinking, especially with Batman.
Hey, Nagase.
Vasily, is the Prime Minister all right?
Especially with Batman. So strange.
Injected him with some kind of drug.
So strange. Whoa.
Not bad at all. Creating diversions is the first step in espionage.
This sure is an exciting ride. Reminds me of our good old days. Let's blow that gate apart. Yeah! We're busted through! Hey kid, break down the front gate for me!
Pretty sure there's a setting that skips over sex scenes and removes nudity. Oh yeah, in the game there are settings that you can just turn off the sexual content. When I streamed the game, I turned off the nudity. I left on the sexual content, but I turned off the nudity.
Wow, they actually made it through.
Those settings do exist,
They've got cannons. Now
just in the vanilla game.
that kind of aim. Get 'em, kid.
Careful. The enemy's watching your every move on radar.
Nagase,
Oh.
you fly like that and you're still not dead.
God damn it.
You're really something.
Thank you, sir.
That was Kevin Conroy's last role. I mean, obviously, you know, there was no way of knowing that that would be what happened,
Captain Snow from the Naval
right?
Air Force? Sorry, I haven't
Like, they had no way of
kinda shy, you know.
knowing ahead of time that he was going to pass away and, like, changing the way that they wrote the story because of it.
That goes without saying.
But because that's the case, it's so unfortunate that it worked out like that. But even beyond that, it's just strange to me that that's how they handled the killing of Batman,
I assume you fly your plane the
because
same way you drive?
they placed the game in the Arkham universe. So they took this character that really put the company on the map, right? Like, they were established beforehand, but the character that like blew up their name and reputation, right? And the way that they handled that, I mean, I won't spoil it for people who haven't seen it, but Batman's death in Kill the Justice League, because like,
He hasn't changed.
and for the record, if anyone thinks it's a spoiler that he dies,
All that useless
name of the game, but
missed that voice.
because I saw some people pissed that people were talking about it like so openly on the internet that he dies like that. And they were like, how could you talk about the fact that Batman dies? Like, how could you just be openly spoiling the game for people who haven't played?
Far enough. Get as close to me as you can.
Did you understand the point of, anyway?
I'll try.
But yeah, I can't believe that they would take a character that did so much for them
Aim careful.
and handle it the way that they did.
Enemy facility confirmed destroyed.
You kill the Justice League in a game called yeah, I don't know. If anyone didn't think you were going to kill Batman in that game, I don't know why you would have thought that.
It's as if the raw screens are flying up there. Mr. B! Mr. B, please, wait!
Stay close to me if
Oh
you
my
want
God.
to survive.
We're almost at the next fork in the road. We either take our chances with the shortcut or take the long way with less risk.
Hey kid, which route looks better to you? Should I take the longer one? Okay, let's take the long way around.
Oh, come on. I'm working on it.
Captain, you stalled. Are you all right?
I'm fine. I didn't stall. What are you talking about? no clue what you're talking about.
Next time, pay for your own tickets.
Oh my god.
Every time we go on a date, you bring along these great adversaries.
Killing the Justice League is a bad idea.
You're making everyone
I think
jealous.
it is a good, like, premise. I feel like it's fine. However,
You guys follow me.
I think the mistake was setting it in the Arkham timeline.
You're taking too many risks.
Like, I think it could work perfectly fine if it was a completely fresh
Airfield operations will begin in 5 minutes.
timeline is a good word for it. It's just it's the best I'm gonna get out of it.
Make a mistake like last month.
But
I heard that.
doing Kill the Justice League in a continuity where fans spent like
We will do it.
8 years growing to love that specific rendition of Batman, that was the mistake.
Roger, attacking.
Like, the premise is perfectly fine. I would even say, like, it's a fairly interesting premise. It's just,
They ran right through.
I don't know why they tried to set it in a continuity where fans have already grown attached to that Batman.
It'll be a rough ride, Prime Minister, but please be patient.
This road has a lot of toll booths, but we're gonna bust through all of them.
Airfield operations will begin.
We got a
in
Suicide
4
Squad
minutes.
game. Oh wait, hold on. Or sorry, we got Suicide Squad instead of a game where Batman joins the Justice League and saves them from Brainiac. Do you just mean in general for like continuing from Arkham Knight?
Get me up in the air.
Like if they did just want to make something with Brainiac, I guess, in the Arkham continuity.
What's going on?
Because again, like I feel like the premise is fine. But I don't know why they felt the need to put it in that continuity. I guess because, like, yeah, it's Rocksteady's Batman continuity, sure.
Coloring flying up there.
And, like, that premise doesn't sound bad, like, at all. Imagine if Batman had joined the Justice League, or sorry, the Suicide Squad. Could have worked.
Look how far away Mr. B's car
I don't feel like the issue is what they did, it's just where they did it, if that makes sense.
Okay, it's time. Begin operation. Seize the hangar.
Because you could have had that exact Batman death scene as it is,
We got ourselves a
but if it was just a brand new Batman that we had never seen before, people wouldn't care.
Let's show your teacher what we're capable
Because we wouldn't be attached to him in that way. It would just be a pure villain character. We would have no reason to be upset over it. Right?
surrounds are nothing more than
The mistake was just putting it in that universe. I don't understand that decision. Especially, okay, this is a genuine, like, spoiler thing. So, if you, for some reason, are avoiding spoilers on it, like you haven't played it through yet, or you just haven't played it at all yet, but you want to, just pause on me for like 30 seconds, mute me, whatever.
Amazing.
All right? Because I'm gonna say it. Skip 30 seconds if you're watching VOD, whatever it might be.
I don't like not being able to
But-
move 3 dimensions. Cramps my style.
The game opened the multiverse. In the story, they did the multiverse thing.
Get him out of here safely and everything will be fine.
There was no reason to stick to your one universe that you had. There's no reason. There's not. We're doing multiverse anyway. Why? Why stubbornly stick to it and kill that Batman so disrespectfully? It makes no sense.
Will we be okay
Makes
with
no
the
sense.
shortcut?
It's just a bad idea.
Okay, I'll bust through the shortcut.
Just a bad idea.
Hurry up, the Major's coming.
Alternative universe thing? It could have done that. I feel like people would still be kind of pissed if they did that.
We can't fight them off with these weapons.
But it would have been fine for me, personally, if they had done that. Where, like, it's alternate in the sense where it's a branch off of the Arkham timeline, but it's not, like, the main Arkham timeline that happens in. So, like, it is that Batman, but it's not that Batman, you know? Like Undead Nightmare. Where it's like, yeah, Red Dead 1's events happened other than, like, John Marston dying.
Stab him in the eyes.
Like that worked pretty well.
Enemy facility confirmed destroyed.
All right, missile evaded.
I don't want to see it again for another 20 years. Oh man, it is the trend.
Missile coming this way.
We're gonna be seeing it. Future season bosses, I know, it's...
Can't you wring any more speed out of this
It
thing?
justifies the live service. That's literally all it was, right? Like that's the reason that they went for it, was just to justify the game being live service and adding more content as it goes on.
Is Prime Minister Nicanor safe? He'll be all right, but protect him.
Multiverses are just annoying at this point. I don't feel like they're annoying. I feel like in
And the explosions are still masking our noise. This one, Mr. B.
in
Who's this plane?
like modern interpretations, it hasn't been done well outside of like comics, because comics have done multiverse for ages,
Know when to shut up.
and people like it because it's fun to just explore different possibilities with the same character, right? Like it's this guy, but instead of this happening, this happened, and it set like a whole ripple effect from there where everything went all wacky and different. It's fine. People like that because it's fun.
Prime Minister.
It's just that it hasn't been done well in any of like the big recent examples. It's just been a kind of sloppy mess every time without fail. Spider-Verse does it well? Yeah, Spider-Verse does it well. Spider-Verse has messy writing, by the way. This is one of my hot takes. The second movie's a lot better, actually, in terms of the writing. But like the first movie, I didn't watch it until like a year ago. Like until shortly after the second one came out, I had never actually seen Into the Spider-Verse. And that first movie's writing is all over the place, especially the pacing in the first movie. Whoa. The pacing in the first movie's a disaster.
The Kestrel will meet us on the way.
Roger that. Just hope we don't run into any bad guys.
I liked the first Spider-Verse movie, but I was like, wow,
Incoming aircraft.
this is not
Bad
the
guys
like
to me. The 84
9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 masterpiece I had heard it was for years.
Fighter squadron, huh?
This movie has some shit going on. If our places had been switched, Virgin. Yeah, like if Devil May Cry wanted to do a spin-off for the next like home console game, and it was and it was just like what if Dante and Virgil's places were switched, like continuity. That could be fun. Could be.
Get the grab arc. Don't let a single one escape.
Oh god.
8492nd is here. This will be the final showdown.
Don't worry about me. You just concentrate on dealing
This
with the
is
grab
bad. No missiles for Crow.
Don't rush it. Work them until you get an opening.
I've got to rush it, man. That's the option I've got.
Don't make the same mistake as Omnir.
Don't fall into the enemy's trap.
I can slip past these guys all day. I can't fire back, but I got you for that now, kid. They're all yours. Great, I can hear you just fine. I'm counting on you.
I'm glad you can hear me because I don't speak.
These guys are the real deal.
I lost him. Where is he?
Behind you. Bank immediately and shake them off.
Damn, are we just going straight up? What's going on here?
How can they attack from that position? Captain, you're almost within range.
These are the Balkan aces from the last war.
My god. They followed us all the way up.
I won't be shot down. No one's gonna take my place as Blaze's wingman.
Remember our battle with
This
the
is fine.
Squadron.
This is fine.
Don't let your guard down. These guys are tough.
Fire, now.
Dante wouldn't want Sparta's powder. Powder.
Just wait for the next opportunity.
Virgil's the one with daddy issues. The whole point of DMC3 is that Virgil wants daddy's sword.
That's how an ace pilot flies.
As a big DMC fan,
Surprising me. He's getting better
Raiden as respectfully as possible. I think you have missed the point, or have maybe forgotten why Virgil wanted the Sparta sword. Like the actual intent behind it to begin with. Because it was to get power because of what happened on that day. That's the whole point of the what if our positions were switched line. Because that was always the established motivation, or not motivation, but origin behind the motivation, I guess would be the better way to phrase it.
The enemy still isn't giving up.
Ooh.
It's like there's twice as many of them.
Oh god. To not write an original character. I like it for like the kind of gimmicky quality that it has.
I gotta admit, those guys are true fighter pilots.
But not as like main entry, right? Like as a spin-off, like a one-off kind of side story thing, they can be really fun. But it doesn't replace like a mainline sequel, you know? At least the replays are pretty, even if I'm not going to be shooting at anything, because the wingmen carried me through the dogfight. I hit some bullets, right? It's got to count for something.
Squadron, to be more exact, has
Surely.
been annihilated. Yuktobanian Prime Minister Nicanor is also safe. Mission accomplished.
Grew up to be Sparta's replacement. Why do you think that? When we get into discussion, I feel like sometimes I sound like an asshole when I ask these questions, but they're genuine. Because it's like, okay, where does that come from? Is kind of the question. How old Sparta was when he died? Sealed the demon realm hundreds of years ago, and yet Dante's canonically a teenager. Yeah, it's kind of weird because I think Sparta,
the prime minister of Yuktobania,
Sparta lived a lot longer.
Surprisingly, he had brought one more person.
But we don't really know how long?
A female
or when exactly he died?
In the Yuk army.
It was when they were pretty young,
at
the very least, because they were what, like 7?
It became clear why nobody could find
when
camps.
When their mom was killed and stuff, I think something like 7.
He had escaped before they could even
I don't
get
actually
him into
remember.
the camps. Yuktobania's situation was just like ours. Their leader, who
they were
espoused
8. I googled it. I was close.
Was imprisoned after a silent coup d'état, and the country proceeded to
they
march
were 8
right
years
into
old.
Large-scale war. What should I call you?
Just Major.
What's your real name? All she did was return a smile. She remained faithful to the Prime Minister and to his vision of peace.
Never ages but can be killed. I think that's what it is, right?
She was carrying a single disc. She told us that the disc contained the secret plans of the Belkan Grey Men. So far, we have been unable to decipher the encryption code.
The Solg. A military attack satellite that your country began building during the war 15 years ago, then abandoned in the peace that followed.
I have a
the
timeline.
Ark Bird was reborn partly to resurrect that dreadful star. Now, even after the Ark Bird was destroyed, the Space Center's mass driver is still launching supplies into orbit. What is that star receiving from them?
We still don't know why he awakened justice. I kind of like that Sparta is somehow the foundation of everything, and yet we know nothing about him. Like, they're just like, yeah, Sparta, super important guy. Details?
The enemy
who needs them? You don't need to know anything.
Designed to block our fleet's path.
Foundation of all the lore in the series, but you don't need to know anything. It's fine. Just don't worry about it.
I am on the...
Kestrel?
Yes, Kestrel.
I am on the ocean carrier Kestrel for the sake of restoring peace between our Yuktobania and the country of Austria.
Sparta prequel would be sick. It would be sick.
Attention, all vessels. The only thing that exists between Yuktobania and Ossia is hatred.
Best mission for farming credits and XP. We need that XP so that I can move on from these planes.
Commander, that's the Prime Minister talking. Please, stand down. We don't know what we're fighting for anymore. Sir, please, cancel engagement and stand down. Our vessels loyal to the fleet. A traitor is blocking our way. Attack the frigate ship Potomac. Open fire.
This is a good mission. I remember this one being good at least. Oh, you can only use naval planes though. I don't think the F4 is one of those. So, shit.
This is Missile Destroyer Kumrak of the glorious Yuktobanian Navy. We cannot follow a fleet commander willing to sink one of his own ships. We will protect Prime Minister Nicanor. All ships who are with us, change course and follow us. Any vessel that does not follow the flagship will be fired upon. Protect those brave defectors. Launch fighters.
Prime Minister, please take your leave. But go to our president and get a televised picture of the two of you together, shaking hands. Show it to the
In
world.
free mission, you don't have to use naval planes? I don't know how much, well, at least until we do like ace mode, we're not going to really mess with free mission too much. Just because I'm more worried about getting through the playthroughs before I just grind the planes at the end.
CIC's IFF info will be directly connected to your HUD, so you'll be able to get an ID on your targets. Engage and render powerless all forces carrying out acts of aggression against
I've seen the interviews with Ninja Theory about why they redesigned the characters and the story. They don't outright say that they wanted to anger fans. They say that they wanted to do something that the fans wouldn't expect, and their response to the backlash was it was a very messy, if you don't like it, don't buy the game, was their response to the backlash that had already occurred. And that is just not something you should say, because guess what people do when you say that? Guess what they do? They don't buy the game. The game didn't sell well. That's why we never got a follow-up. That's why Capcom shelved the reboot. Because that was a really dumb thing to say.
Captain, please choose my plane.
Well, I can use the A6E, boys. We're going places this mission.
Captain, please choose a plane for me to pilot.
Hold on, I have a great timeline of events for DMC that I just found. Like with cited sources and all. I just came across a really good timeline for things. Because for me, I've never known how old Dante is in DMC 1. But this guy is like citing sources and everything. Including like the mangas and the anime, which are both canon and blah, blah, blah. And they're also using 2001 just being the year that DMC 1 takes place, because no year is stated. And Sparta sealed the demon world 2,000 years ago, so they're just literally saying like, yep, that 2,000 years ago would be like year 0. So they just placed DMC 1 in 2001, the year it released, conveniently because of that lore tidbit as well, which funnily works out pretty well. Anyway, in 1973, Dante and Virgil were born. 8 years later, the mother was killed and Virgil was assumed dead. In 1990, when Virgil would have been... Okay, wait, they actually don't have a definitive year for this. But it's 90 or 91. Virgil and Dante would have been 17 or 18, cited as in the mangas. Virgil visits Fortuna, impregnates woman. DMC3 is when they're 19, according to the manga, apparently. I always thought it was 18 in DMC3. But I guess the manga explicitly states that they're 19 in that game. And then, yeah, Dante's 28 in DMC 1. Is that in the game? Where does that come from? Hold on. Where does that come from? Oh, from the anime. Oh. The anime says how many years were between things. So, the anime is the source on that. In the anime, he's 34. In DMC 2, he's somewhere between 34 and 38. In DMC 4, Dante's 38 and Nero is 19. And in DMC 5, Dante and Virgin are 45 and Nero's 26. Estimated to be 21 to 23. Apparently,
You are cleared for takeoff.
going off the anime and how many years they say are like between events, the math works out to be that he's 28, which is older than I would have thought. I would have thought like mid-20s, but I guess late 20s isn't that far off. So it works.
Please, altitude restrictions canceled.
He's
Return to
canonically
your
not a
mission.
virgin. I know. We've been calling him that because it's funny and I can't stop now. Someone in chat said it like one time and I haven't been able to stop calling him that.
Commence battle. We are not alone.
He was 18 on 3 though. I always thought 18, but I don't know why I thought that. It might have just been because people said it. Apparently in the DMC 3 manga, they state that they're 19. That's why I went with that one. I was like, this guy's got sources. Hello. You want me to believe your argument for canonicity and such? The best thing you can do is just be like, according to this piece of material and this thing that they say in said material, that's why I think this. And I'm like, well, shit, that's probably right. And I haven't read the DMC 3 manga, so sure. And 19's only a year off anyway, right? It's not like the biggest stretch. Take this.
I can't believe it.
Sorry. My eyes are just tearing up looking at our new fleet.
This is what we've been waiting for. I'll take full responsibility.
We have clues. Yeah, DMC is very, very character driven, and they don't really put too much emphasis on like the lore and like the world building. There's a little bit, not to say that there's not, but like, you know, when you play a DMC game, they'll drop a random lore bit here and there, but outside of that, there's like, look at this wacky guy with his lightning sword. Look at, oh, now he's got ice nunchucks. You see this shit? Look at him. He's doing some crazy shit. Look at, whoa. He's the pizza guy. And I love it for that. I do. Like, they do a little bit of lore building. World building, sorry, lore building. Lore and world building is what I meant to say. But other than that, they just have fun. Where nothing makes sense or is interesting. I haven't played Bayonetta outside of the first one. I thought it was fine. But I've said it before, Bayonetta and DMC 1 like retroactively, right? As much as I love Kamiya's shit, made me realize that it's a really good thing ultimately that DMC 2 happened. As weird as it sounds. Because of DMC 2 and the way that they just kept passing it around between different teams and directors and stuff, they ended up getting DMC 3 and Itsuno ultimately, and just everything after that. And And like playing Bayonetta really made me sit there and go like, you know, it's good, but it's just not, it's not DMC, right? Like it's perfectly fine. It's a really solid game. But I would rather play DMC 3, 4, 5 again. Like I would go back and replay those before I go back and replay Bayonetta, right? Like that's, it made me realize how much of a weird blessing DMC 2 actually was for the franchise as a whole.
Those enemies are a disgrace.
It's good. It's good. It's just not DMC. But in my opinion, no other action game is DMC. My second favorite action game after DMC would be God of War, like the original trilogy. I haven't played God of War 4 or Ragnarok yet. Someday. But I played like the original God of War through Ascension, including the PSP games. I've played them. They're solid. God of War is my second, but even then it's like, this is good. It's not Devil May Cry, but I like this. I like it. Time to reboot it, but successfully. I feel like my current wish for DMC going forward is to continue like the main timeline that they have right now, just with Nero as like the actual protagonist now. Like they've been setting it up a little bit. They keep falling back on Dante to you know, be safe. Just commit to it. Just let Nero be the main guy. You can have Dante, but have Dante be the kind of main character, but not really like Nero has been for 2 games now. If you just put Dante in Nero's position, I'm happy.
Looks like the Ocean Fleet has been listening to all of our communications up to now. They're calling us traitors that joined forces with the youth.
The creator of Kratos says he no longer recognizes Kratos as of the 4th game. Okay. Not to be that guy, right? But, okay, I haven't played the games, but I do genuinely think that just the premise of Kratos post God of War 3 having like healed from what he used to be and actually managing to move on is great. I think that's a good direction to take the character. I haven't seen where they actually went with it, but in premise alone, I think it's a great direction to go. The big thing I'm gonna say is that David Jaffe is a fucking asshole. I don't know if anyone like is overly familiar with him, but he's not very pleasant. He's one of those designers who's like legendary in the industry, and I follow him on Twitter and all that, but man, he's really unpleasant. He's not a really fun guy to follow on Twitter. Is he still on Twitter, or did he pull a Kamiya and just dip? Speaking of a guy who's like, I respect his work a lot, but he's sort of unpleasant, Hideki Kamiya was also, like, he's a little more funny. Yeah, Jaffe's very annoying. Just kind of obnoxious. Like, he has a great portfolio of work, but just whenever I see him sharing, like, industry opinions and stuff, I'm like, oh my god. What are you saying? He has, like, very strong... Okay, wait. Rewind. I have very strong, angry old man energy a lot of the time. David Jaffe beats me by a landslide. I've got nothing on him. Kamiya was funny on Twitter. Kamiya's like unpleasant, but it was funny to watch. Kamiya had an entertainment value to him for sure. Someone disagrees with Kamiya on something, he's like, all right, fuck you, you're blocked. He would just constantly, like, he would put an opinion out there. If you verbally disagreed with him, he's like, I don't care. Leave me alone. It's why he left Twitter, genuinely, is because he got too annoyed by his interactions with fans on Twitter. It's hilarious. That is his ultimate stated reason for no longer being on Twitter, is that he hated the interactions he had on that app. And by that, he just means fans who disagreed with him on stuff. He got sick of it.
Yeah, I see it.
Damn it, missile incoming! The voice tree is turning away.
Call people vermin. It sounds like something he would have said. Definitely.
When was the last time we engaged our fleet with Yuctabania?
My threat warning won't stop.
Ragnarok was not as good. I feel like Ragnarok, I heard so much. Ragnarok kind of had like a Spider-Man 2 effect,
Now we're in business.
where I heard so much good stuff right when it came out, like right when it came out.
What'll I do? What?
And then everything that I've heard since then is like, yeah, it was okay. Or like, you know, the conversation around it has pretty much died out. Like, I just don't hear about it much to begin with. But when I do, it's always just kind of like, yeah, it was good. It wasn't as good, but it was still good.
Wasted too much time here. What are you all doing?
At least from what I've seen of Ragnarok, which is not much, and I also haven't played God of War 4. So from what I've seen of both games,
That was some amazing combat.
I feel like it might be just like a shared symptom of they're both great games still, but they maybe don't do enough to like move on from the previous entry. Like they don't do enough to build on what they had before. Because that's definitely the vibe that I got with Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2, I mean. Is that the game is still really good, it just didn't do enough to like evolve from the first one. That's also the vibe that I got from Ragnarok. It's like, yeah, if you liked the first game, you'll like this, but it's not going to like blow your expectations away or anything.
Enemy fleet destroyed.
I'm getting angry about the Dante and Bayonetta death battle episode over Dante winning, despite him not being involved since DMC1. Yeah, it's stuff like that. Like, once you are separated from the franchise for so long, like, as much as he can say, like, I created this character, it's also completely fair to say this character has been growing and evolving for 20 years, and you haven't been involved with that. So as much as you have, like, some ground to be like, I think this is wrong because I created this character, I created both these characters, and I disagree, it's like, well, one of those characters you've had nothing to do with for 20 years. In all fairness. But yeah, I loved Kamiya on Twitter when he was still on it. He was hilarious. Like, in a very grumpy old man kind of fashion, which I clearly appreciate. I have an appreciation for it. There's like funny grumpy old man, and then there's David Jaffe grumpy old man, but if it's like a Hideki Kamiya, if it's a Hideki Kamiya kind of grumpy old man, I find it funny. You know, chat, the Rosgrease skin works wonders, right? It really does. It can't save the A6E. It can't. That thing was made to be ugly.
Blaze, begin carrier landing checks. You are cleared to land.
Wow, those lights are bright. Wow. During what fight, Raiden? Did I miss something? Any game that ends a story? Wait. Did Ragnarok end the story? I kind of assumed that they were gonna go for like a trilogy. Is it like an ending to the new,
Perfect, Blaze.
I guess, story arc of God of War, the second arc, if you will? There's like angry young Kratos, and then there's like mature dad Kratos. Retired angry man Kratos. former angry man
Chaos has subsided.
who's maybe
All
still a little
Yuktobanian
angry,
ships
but
in the area, as well as all hostile Osean forces, have been brought under control. A decision was made to quickly form a combined fleet of Yuktobanian and Osean ships, with the Kestrel as its flagship.
has plenty to elaborate on. Holy, the A6E is done. That is a lot of XP. That is. Have a game with an older Atreus. Oh. The fight in which their mother was killed? Were they fighting? Dante wasn't fighting. Virgil might have been.
Disc that the Major brought back with her. It contained the blueprints for a mass retaliation.
But that doesn't even seem right.
Codename V2.
Because Virgil's power mindset comes from the death of his mother.
Nukes that the Belkans used in the last war. It was never fully developed at the time, but it appears that they've secretly completed its construction in the 15
Has ended
years
the matured
war.
retired story. Okay, I didn't know that. I thought there was going to be a third one still. But because I haven't played them, I just had no idea.
So where would they deploy it? It had to be in the Soul.
Oh, it's fighting. Where is this from? When does the demon in the garden thing get dropped?
It was built to function as an orbital.
It's not in one of the games, is it?
First place. The Soul itself is unmanned and was controlled from the ground, but we didn't know where. Then the intelligence vessel Andromeda tracked down the origin of Shanxe's.
Oh, in the manga. Okay.
It's in the former South Belka.
It's also maybe why Virgil, or at least part of the reason that Virgil does not like Dante.
Transmissions originated from an experimental.
While Dante was hiding in a closet, Virgil was fighting.
The president of Grunder has sworn allegiance to Osea, but in truth, he was a secret member
DMC5 manga. Okay.
Under the guise of their experimental facility, they are actually digging a gigantic tunnel under the mountain range that runs along the border
Egyptian mythology.
and South Belka. Their ultimate goal,
dude, ancient Egyptian myth goes so fucking hard. Actually, insanely slept on. So good.
Just took a missile hit. Enemy unknown.
I feel like it deserves more love.
Additional missile approaching.
Like Greek and Norse myth is so like well known in terms of like mainstream media representation and stuff. Ancient Egyptian myth is metal as fuck, and no one, like, so few people know. I shouldn't say no one, but like it gets so little media representation, and it's so good. It's so good. Like, if you don't know any ancient Egyptian myth and you like mythology, I'm telling you, do yourself a favor, go and look into it a bit, because it's crazy. It's wild. It's so good. It's so good. That's why he relies on power. Yeah, I know that it's like very clearly stated, not like overtly in a single sentence, but it's at least very clearly laid out, I guess is the best way to put it. That Virgil's like, I need power to live, essentially, mindset comes from the inability to save his mother that day. I can use these now? You know, I'm not gonna argue. If they let me use them, I'll use them. All right, everyone's getting shuffled around again real quick. We need this leveled up.
Which plane should I use?
Okay. And then we need you in that.
This formation is not really suited for anti-air operations. You sure you want to launch like this?
Absolutely, yes. This is mission 27. This is mission 27. With the plane names vanishing? Yeah, the plane name just not blinking the way it's supposed to is a bug that I've not been able to work out. Okay. Is this 26 or 27, chat? Hold on.
Launch them out!
We can't! The ship's listing heavily to starboard! We're sinking fast!
Continue with the launch.
What?
Take them up. Hurry up with the catapult.
The ability to
Just
change your plane
concentrate
from the
on launching
retry
them.
mission
All
and not
hands
have to quit the
conducting
mission.
Aircraft launch, abandon ship immediately.
That's because this is the first I've heard of it. This is 27? Okay, there is a hangar to get. The perfected HD port only on PS5? Only on, I thought it was PS4. Is it 5? I know that it's only available for pre-ordering AC7. Works well for the most part. I am using the older branch because the new nightly versions had so many problems for me that I couldn't fix. Unless I used software mode. Which at that point, why don't I just whip out my PS2 anyway? There's no point to emulating it at that rate. Yeah, there was no PC bonus. Because there's just no other Ace Combat game on PC. They would have had to make an entirely new port, so they just didn't. Yeah, Xbox got AC6 because, and I talked about, to me at least, it seems pretty clear that Xbox got this one because this was the newest game, well, newest mainline game before 7. PlayStation got 5 because PlayStation doesn't have this. At least that's how I see it. And PC just didn't have anything, so they got screwed, pretty much.
I haven't lost. And I know they'll succeed. Yeah.
The captain was humming a tune. The same song I heard from the anti-war audience in the stadium. He was the one playing that record in the middle of a sea battle.
It stated that it'll be a reboot or remake? Where? Last I saw when I was looking into it, they were...
This is President Harlan.
They were saying that they were making a new mainline entry. But that was all that they were saying. So it's just kind of assumed, as far as I know, that it's AC8. And I know that they've specifically stated that they will not remaster or remake the PS2 trilogy because it's too much resource-wise.
Once robbed of my freedom and of my ability to do the right thing, I now stand again under the light of the Golden Sun. And I do so with the Honorable Yuktobanian Prime Minister Nicanor by my side. We have resolved our terrible and unfortunate misunderstandings, and the war is now over.
X3. They have a big budget for it too. Sweet. Hot wings ready. See you later if you finish before I get back. Now I want wings. I can't have wings. I had pizza yesterday because it was National Pizza Day, not international. National. Senator Armstrong. Why is it like a short Senator Armstrong? It absolutely is. Oh no, I'll never be able to unsee this now.
We believe that those who have tried to stir hatred between us are now...
Yeah, I tried the custom Xenia build and it does work in gameplay, but the cutscene problem is apparently just not fixable. So I'm gonna use the X-Bone for it instead of emulating it. Because the X-Bone will upscale it to 1080 instead of 1440, which is what I normally use, so like, it's not that much of a downgrade. 1080 is still considered the standard, even though it shouldn't be, in my opinion.
Members of the military, if you see it in your hearts,
if it isn't Saucy Jack.
Available to you.
We're making the mother of all omelets here, you guys. Just a smaller mother of all omelets. Just smaller.
To those who still dare to hide behind the power of their hateful weapons, bring yourself.
And he's like Italian or something this time, I guess. Or sorry, he's Russian. It's a terrible Russian accent, actually. Now, as soon as I said that, I'm like, oh yeah, wait, they're supposed to be Russia. But then as soon as I said that out loud, I was like, wait, that's an awful Russian accent.
This is the Yuktobanian 703rd Squadron. We heard the president's speech. We will fight with you.
I forgot about this. This is a cool thing. Cool moment.
Let us sing that song too. We're going with you. So are we.
This is like the coolest story thing that happens in any Ace Combat game I've played so far. It's Yuktobanian. It's clearly not Russian. That's just what Yuktobanian accents sound like, you guys. Come on. Come on.
This is the Ocean 1st Fighter Wing. I just knocked out the brigade commander. We'd also like to help.
Actually, okay, maybe the pixie, like, maybe that. You know what I'm talking about, that thing? Where they're like, that camera shot. Maybe that's as good. Maybe. They might be tied for me. This and that moment. La la la. That was genuinely funny. I wasn't ready for that one. La la la. Listen to our beautiful voice. Okay, yeah, he's my favorite now. Remind me next time someone asks who my favorite AWACS is, it's him.
The tunnel entrance is located at the foot of the mountains, and the entire area is covered by mountains and waterways.
Chat, just the next time that someone asks it, remind me. Because I'm not going to say it until I get reminded.
The control system is located.
There
are several enemy defense positions built along the path that the armored force will take.
Why their planes don't fall down from the sky?
Meanwhile, a helicopter formation
I don't know what you're
will attack
talking
the
about.
control system entrance and capture the nearby area. We're also expecting the helicopters to face anti-air resistance.
Dude gets like 3 lines
around the entrance.
ever, and is just the best AWACS all of a sudden.
Protect the armored force and clear out a landing area for the heliborne fleet. Once both units capture the facility entrance, a special forces team will open up the shutter blocking the way inside.
That's all it took, 3 lines.
Go through the open entrance
and he's my favorite.
Destroy the Solg control system from the inside.
You have a new favorite? You think it tops that? You're setting up some crazy expectations here, okay? All right, you're really setting up some high expectations.
So they hand over the third V1 tactical nuke in exchange. They're hiding the more powerful V2.
Has lines in the rest of the game? He does. When?
This is the sky that will determine our fate.
We've got to win this battle
La la la.
and bring back peace.
As the commander-in-chief of the Ocean Army, I hereby order all units to lower their weapons and cease fighting.
Don't worry about the Uke fighters. Get the war dog ghosts. Follow me. We're going to put an end to all wars once and for all. Whoa, Hamilton's here too.
Be careful. He was trained by the Grabok aggressors.
Dantiok? Hopefully I'm saying that right. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate it.
Fox 2! Fox 2! Sam, destroyed!
The advancing Ocean and Yuktobanian forces have gathered in the industrial sector.
And Undead Warrior, thank you for the sub. Wow.
This area is caught up in the flames of war.
Mechanical bombs discovered and destroyed enemy facility. Let's ask the ground forces to retrieve them later.
This is the 112th Infantry Battalion. We were preparing to launch into Yuktobania, but the President's words convinced us to change our battle mission. Now commencing attack on the enemy facility.
Our first fighter wing units, listen up. There go the air assault choppers. We're going in too.
All right, there it is. Lock loaded, stand by.
Yeah, I hear him now. I hear him now. When I'm listening for him, I can tell. Watching this F4 slowly turning in the final missions. I don't know what you're talking about. This is great turn speed. This thing is so mobile and nimble. Look at it. Look at it. This is a work of art right here.
They'll learn soon enough. Our eggs can't be shot down.
Oh, the hangar. The hangar.
This is Ocean territory now.
I didn't get it, did I? I shot a couple buildings, but I didn't get it. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, ow. I don't know why I just ignored the beeping like a dumbass. Oh, I got it? Okay, we're good. That's 3 of 5.
Yeah, let's get them. Get those bastards.
Ground forces appear to have entered the urban area. Let's go.
Jesus, those things have help.
Fierce battle is taking place across the street from where I stand.
La la la. Not ever gonna be able to unhear it. That's loud! Wow, that's really loud! Oh, I'm stupid. That was really loud, whatever that just was. Holy shit, that was loud. I know. Keep in mind, I have it turned down by like 10 decibels for you guys. All the game audio is significantly quieter for you than it is for me. I have it at like full volume in my headphones when I stream. That's why I am yelling the whole time. It's why my voice breaks once a day after stream. Anyone who's ever heard me talk about how, like, after stream, I never want to talk anymore because I'm sick of it, that's why.
This is the Yuktobanian 172nd Fighter Bomber Squadron. We love that song too. We brought an AWACS with us.
Hold on. La 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 la!
We got a message from your boss. How bad you did.
The Soul just docked with the last cargo shipment from the mass driver. It may be fully operational soon.
Assault I feel like Assault Horizon is gonna be one of those videos where I'm like, you guys, it's not great, but it's not terrible, and the comments are just gonna lose their shit.
We will
It's gonna be one of those, isn't it?
Ruger Industries has detected your approach and they're asking for help.
I have the great ability to find the good in a terrible game and to find the terrible in an amazing game.
Tactical nuke in exchange. They're hiding the more powerful B2
I have the uncanny ability.
They're gonna be sending out fighters.
Like, my conclusion is normally relatively the same, but I always find those things that go against, like, the... what's it called? The general consensus. Don't try too hard. I don't try to be a contrarian. I just try to be fair. That's all. I'm just an independent journalist. They try to silence me. Can these planes get off my ass? I'm gonna have to shoot them. It's the only way.
Missile hit. The advancing Ocean and Yuktobanian forces have gathered in the industrial sector. It seems that once again, this area is caught up in the flames of war. This is the 112th Infantry Battalion. We were preparing to launch into Yuktobania, but the President's words convinced us to change our battle mission. Now commencing attack on the enemy facility.
All first fighter wing units, listen up. There go the air assault choppers. We're going in too.
Fox 2, Fox 2! Just shoot down that lead plane and this will be all over. Who's gonna hit a building?
They'll learn soon enough. Our eggs can't be shot down. We can see AA weapons at the drop point. Air units, sweep up the area around the facility.
Did I get the hangar this time? Oh, wait.
Air units, can you hear me? We can't approach
Oh.
the drop point. Take out the AA weapons down there.
My bad, G. I meant to respond.
Enemy facility. Let's ask the ground forces to retrieve them later.
Come on.
That nuke is ours, you dirty Osean vultures. This is Osean territory now. We're not letting the Ukes have their way. The guys that arrived with the village are fighting at each other. Look at them, like a bunch of dogs from hell.
That's me.
Damn it. Looks like we really did open the gates of hell. How could we have come to this?
Actually, I think that's a squadron from the next game, now that I'm thinking about it, but what do I know?
Ghosts of Rosgrees.
Ghosts of Rosgrees. Yeah, let's get them! Get those bastards!
Uh-oh.
Fox 2, Fox 2.
Alright, there it is. Lock loaded, stand by.
Chole gets to it. I feel like I've been missing something with the AC. Like, I think 5 and 4 have really good stories. I think 0 has great moments, but is generally kind of a mess. In terms of just like the actual presentation at least, but I think most of that is just the circumstances the game was made within. 3 has its own appeal where it's literally just Ghost in the Shell with planes. But I talked about, oh my god! Can you guys make it stop? Whatever that is.
Reinforcement has been cut off by the Soul's attacks. Is the control facility destroyed?
Sorry, what? I just completely forgot what I was talking about. Oh, I talked about recently, not super recently, but I talked about a little bit ago. Not long ago, at least. Okay. Okay. I got a comment loud. Oh. Stream broke? Stream back. Well, hello.
We'll take the facility from the roof.
Did you miss me?
Explosions are echoing throughout the city, shattering the
Drinking the contrarian juice. I'm not. I genuinely, on a first playthrough at least. Because like all the reviews are on the merit of the first playthrough, right? On the first playthrough, it was the one that I clicked with the least. Like, overall. It's not contrarian juice. It's just how I felt. Stream's back. Yeah, stream just died. Wait, did it die when I was talking about the comment? Oh, God. It was out for a minute. I was just saying that, I got a comment telling me that I was discrediting the stories of Ace Combat 2 and Air Combat. And I, like, genuinely had no words to respond. Jesus Christ, that's loud. Last thing we heard, it was down for a minute then. That might have actually been my internet dying for a minute.
We've come across a blueprint
Genuinely.
of the tunnel facility on the Major's disk. The Solg control system is in the deepest part of the tunnel. We can't touch it from the entrance. Fly into the tunnel, attack the control system in the deepest part of the complex, and escape out the tunnel exit on the opposite side.
I do have special weapons, don't I?
This is extremely dangerous, but there's no other way to do this. There are 2 central components to the control system. You must destroy them both, but you can only destroy one of them per attack run.
I've only played like
Furthermore,
100 plus hours of Ace
will not be able
Combat
to
at
keep
this
the
point.
entrance shutters open for very long. There's not enough time for you to go back into the tunnel again after the first run.
Why would you expect me to
A
remember
separate
that I have
plane
special
will
weapons?
have to go in from the other side at the same time. We have only one chance. Synchronize your run with the second plane to attack both components simultaneously and destroy the Solg control system.
Air Combat could work as a remake, at least, because in territories outside of Japan, it was called Air Combat. So you could call the game Ace Combat. Just have that be the name. It would work. Like, genuinely, they could do that. I don't know how much of, like, the systems of that game would return. But I would love for them to do the whole, like, you know, when you crash a plane or get shot down, you lose the plane. And if you lose all your planes, you game over and reset. I doubt they would do it again. But I really liked when they did that. I thought that was really fun for the first game. I don't actively mind that they don't do it anymore, but I thought that was great.
It's Hamilton. Damn, he is good. You aren't getting away, War Dog. You're going to fly straight to your deaths.
This is Heartbreak 1. I'm right in front of you guys, kid.
You're alive, Bartlett.
You know, you've always been too damn serious, Hamilton.
I'm going to take the Belkin nuke and terrify both sides into ending this foolish war. Don't get in my way!
The problem with you is that you can't tell the difference between friend and foe. Terror is not your friend.
Whatever you say, Steve Bloom. As long as you keep speaking. We didn't pay you for nothing.
I know you can do it, Captain.
I got this. Check that out. That's firepower.
Target neutralized.
This is Heartbreak 1. I destroyed the system core on my end.
This is Archer. Captain Bartlett is approaching at high speed from our 12 o'clock. Is he going to...
Gotta do it.
I'll be passing you by head on at full speed, all right? Break right on the count of 3.
I'm on the right. I don't need the count of 3. You could just say go to the right, but, you know. Works. Gets the job done.
Okay. 1.
What are the odds
2,
I crash?
3.
Place your bets. With the F4's turn speeds, chat, who's predicting a crash?
Trapped inside.
The enemy planes that came in after Bartlett are still in the tunnel.
Enemy planes dead ahead. We're being attacked from both sides. My red warning alarms won't stop ringing.
I got this. This is easy.
This is just insane.
This is no sweat.
Woo!
Woo! Sorry, what? Yeah, I think my dog was barking, you guys. Ooh. That worked out. Because you played the PS2 trilogy in quick succession. Maybe? I don't know. Crash Bandicoot ass sounds. Final mission part 2.
Emergency transmission from Central.
I got the S rank. I'm happy. Storm and lightning ceased. Star confirmed silenced. Thank you. Acquired part of enemy prototype aircraft. That's what you like to see. That's what you like to see. The mother of all trench runs, and only for that version. Console exclusivity hurts us all.
The Solg's descent was detected by our radar at 0445 hours. We believe it was programmed to automatically descend if control was ever cut off from the surface. We have calculated the Solg's course of descent from its previous orbit. Its estimated landing point is downtown Aured, the capital of Osea. Get to the Solg's descent point as quickly as possible and destroy it before it hits Aured. You must complete the mission and come back alive. Anything less is not acceptable. Rosgrees, we wish you the best of luck. Launch.
Where's my save button? Oh, no save? No save button?
Final sortie.
Are you shitting me? I accidentally skipped. I can't save. Going overtime. I can't go overtime today. I've got shit scheduled. I can't. Going overtime is not an option today. You know what? Chat, you know what? This is one of those rare cases where we are using an emulator. Okay? So we can get around this scenario. All right. We're good. We're good now. That was a quick thinking solution. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy, and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a sub. Come back another time. We're doing this. We're doing the Armored Core 100%. The series where Silent Line will never end, apparently. We're doing... What's it called? I'm missing... Oh, Metal Gear 100%. We're still doing that. Tomorrow, we're playing Tekken. Tekken 8. And if you haven't heard, I'm going to be putting up a post tonight probably about it. At some point during the stream tomorrow, we're going to do open lobby once I've just done a little bit of ranked and like character episodes and the stuff that I have planned. I'm going to be opening up a room on Tekken because the game is crossplay, so it doesn't matter what system you're on. And whoever's just in chat who wants to hop in and play some good-ass Tekken, we're playing Tekken. And if there's enough people to do a genuine like tournament bracket, then we'll be able to do that as well. So we're doing that tomorrow. That should be a good time. That's Devil May Cry S ranks. I was like, I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't know. It's Devil May Cry S ranks. We've been doing that too, and those are wild. I'm trying to think. Yeah, also like stream if you enjoyed, algorithm stuff, blah blah. If you're looking for the link to the Metal Gear series, because sorry, weird cough. The new video goes up on Monday. That's in the pinned message at the top of chat. If you're looking for things outside of YouTube, like Twitter, Discord server, whatever, those are in the description. Other than that, though, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys back here next time. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you for coming to the stream, and goodbye.